need it to be thingy. The overlay is a big mess. I'm gonna be real, because it turns out the only Discord overlay I can get is vertical, and the overlay that Aries got me is very limited in that regard. Because there's not much vertical space. Right, let me set up. It's not adventuring with pride. It's monsters on a cruise ship, and it's not Dungeons and Dragons. I think it's just tabletop RPGs. We've got 3 viewers, in which case I'll do an announce.
The character art is so good.
It is. Monsters on a cruise ship 2. Despite my best efforts.
Should we change our names to reflect our characters?
If you like. I think, actually, yeah, that'd probably be sensible. Do that. Despite my best efforts, we are now live! ! Copy the link. Blammo.
That away. Then
I've got the stream muted. I'm going to turn down the quality on Twitch right down, so then it doesn't use up all my bandwidth that I'm meant to be using for streaming. I've got Discord open so I can see if anybody messages me. I should probably change my nickname to be better. Finbar, GM, they. The Discord overlay is absolutely magical. It's great.
100%.
Got 5 viewers, which is a reasonable number given it was announced like 30 seconds ago. 1 laugh react. Excellent. How is everyone doing?
I'm doing pretty okay.
Nice.
Yeah, good.
And I'm really excited.
Good.
I am.
Nervous, excited.
Yes.
Yeah, little bit of lots of things.
Yes, lots of feelings right now. The feelings being and ee. But it's fine. You get to meet the bachelors today. That's exciting.
Ooh.
Yeah. I got this. Thanks, Hannah. Okie dokie.
Thanks,
In which
Hannah.
case, let's do a very brief intro to what this actually is, and then jump straight in. I think that seems cool.
Yeah.
All right. Hello everyone. Oh, there's 9 viewers now. My goodness, it's numbers. We've got to beat Adventuring with Pride, obviously, which got I think like 13. So we're close. Welcome to Monsters on a Cruise Ship 2. What if we were monsters on a cruise ship? Unless, for those who don't know, last year this was run during last year's Tabletop Radio, as a single one shot to a surprising amount of success. Like, it was really successful. I don't entirely understand why, but I'm gonna take it. It's great. So we're doing it again. We've got 5 episodes of this. This is the first of 5 episodes, in which we're going to see this motley crew of contestants try and woo the bachelors on this monster-themed dating show, Monsters on a Cruise Ship. And with that, shall we? Let's set the scene and then get some introductions. I think that would be a good way to do this. So, why have I been? Oh, sure. So here's the scene. You have all individually signed up for Monsters on a Cruise Ship. I don't know how you saw the adverts. Maybe you like the production company for the show is fairly popular, so it's not like a completely niche show. You are aware of Monsters on a Cruise Ship, and lots of people are as well. You've probably seen it on TV before. Maybe you saw last year's edition, and you all managed to find your way onto this show, whether it was by flyers or panicking or whatever. You did something, and now you are on this show. So you've all entered this. You've all met outside this cruise ship. I'm going to zoom out for the people at home. There's a variety of different things in this cruise ship on the SS cruise ship. What a beautiful name for a cruise ship.
Nice.
And you've all been taken upstairs to the highest point of the cruise ship, which is the ballroom, where you're all standing alongside the host of the show, Freya, who you've seen pictured at the top. So you're all like Freya's just standing in the room. She's gone. Oh, I need a few minutes. Can you just I don't know say some stuff amongst yourselves? Just go for it, please. And she's left you to your own devices. So I guess this would be a good time to have some introductions. Who wants to go first? Cool.
I can go first.
Yeah, go for it. You go. Topaz, go first. Tell everyone about your character and who you are, and maybe like I don't know, a brief description of your favorite things. Favorite color. Favorite color.
So you see like Topaz is this pretty like hulking like earth elemental. She's made of like her namesake rock, Topaz, like mainly the orange brown variety, but with these piercing sky blue eyes. She wears like this like baggy clothing that's like it's mainly just like the kind of clothing that fits her, rather than any stylistic choice. But she probably is like hey, I'm Topaz. She/her. I like rocks. Rocks are pretty cool. And like she's like yeah. I just
You just like rocks.
Yeah. Topaz likes rocks.
That is a very important character trait. Fabulous. In which case, I'm just gonna pick people because otherwise we're gonna have this fun. Who wants to go next? Nobody wants to go next. So Octavia, could you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, you see a very tall, very pale woman with long, flowing white hair and a beautiful red dress that comes to a very distinct collar. She is wearing a mask, so you cannot see anything beneath, but from just her demeanor, you know she's a vampire. She steps up to introduce herself, flicks her hair, and her eyes light up. Oneself is Octavia Alenia, matriarch of the Grand Dynasty of Alenia. 'Tis one's pleasure to be greeted with thine fine compatriots.
I'm so impressed you got through that sentence. That was a mouthful and
10 out of 10.
wonderful. Fabulous. In which case, I'm going to keep going up the chat. So, Evie?
So, compared to these, majestic creatures, Evie just looks like a normal person and is shifting around anxiously, just as possibly you'd think of a normal person would do, surrounded by, these monsters on a cruise ship. Haha,
Hey.
namesake. I got it in there.
You did it.
If you look close enough, you might be able to tell that she's actually a witch. There's a glint in her eye. You can tell that she's got some sort of magics about her, but she's not really letting on to it. So she kind of goes, "Hi, I'm Evie. I'm a student witch. I'm studying magic, and yeah." And she sort of trails off and forgets what she's saying, and then sticks her hands back in the pockets of her dungarees and stares at the floor.
Oh, bless.
Trying to let the cameras sort of move on.
Yeah, the cameras do exactly that. With each of you, with each introduction, they focus on you for a little bit as you just sort of talk about who you are and then move on to the next person, who is Bill. Let's talk about Bill, shall we?
Bill is just this kind of just entirely kind of metallic and bits of plastic, and just kind of he's got a human shape. He's just kind of sitting there, just kind of almost totally clueless to the entire situation happening around him. He didn't even realize that Freya had left and there are cameras around him, so he just kind of shocked that there's suddenly a camera in his face, and he's like, "Whoa, hi, I'm Bill. I don't really know what I'm doing. Hi." And he's just waving politely to everyone.
Amazing. And at that point, Freya walks back into the room and looks you all over and goes, "So, I'm gonna be a bit real with you for a moment. This is a game show about flirting. How do you all feel about that?"
Topaz is 100% ready to flirt with everyone.
I have studied how to flirt. In theory, I know how to flirt.
I have seen flirting on film and TV.
One has bathed in the sea of melancholy for many a year. I'm prepared to move on.
Oh, God. Freya is having a slight moment, and I'm just turning myself up because apparently I'm a bit quiet, but there we go. Freya is having a bit of a moment hearing all this. She is used to contestants who are very, very up for flirting and very ready to just make an attempt at the bachelors and try stuff out. Also, I never described Freya, so I should probably do that in a minute. I'll do a description of. She looks around in a amazing suit jacket with long pink flowing hair and pink eyes. Just stares directly at each of you, trying to work out if there's any chance of saving you, any chance of sort of rescuing this situation. The expression on her face suggests that she's been given a bit of a dud hand, let's say.
Topaz is smiling and nodding.
How much, how confident does Topaz look in that smiling and nodding? Yes, definitely,
She
or
looks...
yes, definitely.
She looks very confident, but she's her idea of flirting is very different from other people's idea of flirting. Let's just put it that way.
Okay. Wonderful. Okay, well,
Octavia is looking, her hands in the middle of her lap, and she's looking very composed, and her eyes are looking very not composed. She's currently freaking out because she forgot to give her pronouns, because I didn't used to do that.
I mean, this is your, oh, by the way, my pronouns are she, her, says Freya. I forgot to mention that. It's sometimes I just forget. I assume you've all introduced your pronouns. If not, this is a lovely chance to have a go.
Oneself's pronouns are she and her.
Okay, fabulous. It seems like you're all on the same page now, which is brilliant.
Evie has not given pronouns, I don't think.
Oh, then go for it.
I think she doesn't want to admit that she hasn't. So we're just staring at the floor, not making eye contact with anyone.
Which girl? Are you okay?
Yes.
I mean, I know the floors around here are absolutely exquisite, given how much money we've put into this cruise ship, but I'm not sure they need that closer look, I'm afraid.
He sort of swallows and looks straight up, and then finds one point on the wall and stares only at that, beyond Freya.
I'll save the wall joke for later then. Okay, well look, you. Okay, those were not entirely the answers I was hoping for. I'm gonna be real with you, but I have a plan, and I just need to go for a few minutes to get my PowerPoint. But I'll be ready soon. What I'm just gonna do is just go and do some things. Why don't you have a look around and see what the crew looks like? See the crew and our house band and all those sorts of things. Just make yourselves at home, okay? Make yourselves at home. And at that point, she leaves very quickly with very strong purpose, trying to work on these slides. So, I should give you a description of the room you're currently in, shouldn't I? You're in the ballroom. This is, as I said, the highest point on the cruise ship. There's a door out to the balcony, and there's another door on the other. There's a couple of other doors in the room that lead to the stairs down to the rest of the cruise ship. Inside the ballroom, there's a couple of camera people, a couple of technicians. There's a cyborg attacking some lights in the far corner, making sure that everything is ready. Everything doesn't look entirely to spec yet, but this is because this is essentially the day before the actual show gets broadcast live and for real. You also see in the corner a collection of chairs that look like with music stands in front of them. So they look like they're arranged for a group of musicians. Currently, there is one musician there, this little Gorgon woman holding a kazoo. There's a couple of tables dotted around the room. It is a ballroom, so, you know, they sort of have tables to the side and a big dance floor kind of area in the middle. There's a stage on the far wall that looks like it's being generally prepared. But yeah, this is the room. Is there anything you would like to do?
Octavia, I think, will turn sort of inwards the circle and say, "One wishes to meet these wonderful people before one."
Which are you referring to the crew? Sorry.
No, it's referring to doing my best to start a conversation between.
Oh, sorry. I got you.
Yes.
One wishes to comprehend why you find compatriots and starting to lose herself and like wringing her fingers.
Topaz sees that there has been some like attempt at conversation being made, and so she would also like to attempt at conversation.
Go on.
Hey, do you guys like rocks?
One is a big fan of granite and marble.
Oh yeah, like granite's a lovely igneous rock. Like it's from when like the lava cools slower, and so it has more time for like the big crystals to form. Like rather than obsidian, which cools a lot quicker and is more of a glassy texture.
Fascinating.
I know, right?
Marvelous. Simply marvelous.
God.
I know Bill is currently trying to move through his radios, try to find the playlist he prepared beforehand for like conversation music that he can play in his head, so that he can like be more prepared to converse.
Amazing. Next time I'll actually prepare some conversation music to play on stream.
I think he's having a bit of trouble like searching through all the different things because it's an analog radio, so you've just got the two things to turn, and so it's like he's trying to like scroll through, but like it's not working fully. So he's like, he wants to have a conversation, but he needs the music in the background so he can feel more comfortable.
I think I might be Bill. Evie probably sort of looks up, sees a little lull in the conversation and goes, "My mum really likes amethyst things. I think they count as rocks."
Yeah, amethyst. Amethyst is great. And she can't. It's like I've got like a necklace made out of amethyst, and like she kind of shows off this like these like purple beads and stuff. Yeah, it's really marvelous rock. Nice purple color. It's great.
It's like my hair.
Oh yeah. And then Topaz pauses for a moment, thinking about something, and then like shakes off like the moment of thought, and it's like, yeah.
One possesses. Octavia holds her hands out, and on both of her ring fingers is a gold-banded ring, which is shaped into sort of a triarch. And one possesses these two. I believe they're fashioned with ruby.
Yeah, rubies. Rubies are cool. They're like you didn't know that like sapphire and ruby are actually like the same are actually like made of like the same like mineral. It's called corundum. Like the difference between them is that they've got like different like trace elements which gives them different colors.
One does understand. In fact, many a moon ago, one went to a jeweler and they attempted to swindle me.
Oh,
They claimed that their sapphire was green ruby.
And at this point,
I-
Freya returns into the room and goes, nerds, look, you've talked about rocks for 10 minutes. It's time to actually get some flirting in. Right, okay? So,
Does this not count as flirting?
I thought I was flirting.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen because it's time to bring up some important slides, and the overlay is going to get in the way. If I click theme, and then I casually I can't resize it. There we go. That's a bit better than it was. People should be able to mostly see the slides. But at this point, Freya turns up and manages to like magically summon one of those projector screens from the ceiling and brings up this slide. And at this point, I need to bring up the music. No, not that.
Evie immediately reaches into a bag, grabs like a notepad and pen, sits on the table like furiously scribbling notes.
Octavia clicks her fingers and has one of her servants come up with a notebook.
Which servant is this?
This would be Lily.
Lily. What a lovely name.
Yeah,
So,
she's an ethics major.
okay. That makes
Essex?
an Essex major. At this point, Freya looks at the one member of the house band and goes, "Can I have some music, please?" The Gorgon just looks back and goes, okay, because the rest of the band is missing at this point. But fortunately, her snakes can all sing, so she starts to sing
Yay!
a lovely new song. Loop track. Welcome everyone to this infomercial, Flirting with Freya. I assume you're all staring intently at the screen, ready for Freya to explain all that she has to explain.
I think Evie gives a little like clap for a minute and sees no one else clapping and stops.
Alright, I'm really busy, so I'm going to have to keep this quick. But what are we covering today? We're going to cover how to approach flirting. She's pointing at her fingers at this point. How to flirt extremely realistically, and other stuff that can lead to flirting. Out of character, this is the rules explanation. Okay, so how do we approach flirting? It's really easy. Just talk to them. Oh my god. Just talk to them. It's not that hard. God.
Evie takes notes.
Just every time you just don't talk to them, and now I need you to talk to them. Just or do something nice, or do a sick backflip. God, why do I have to explain this to you all? She's exhausted already, and it's only this third slide of the presentation. But more importantly, we should cover some theory, and that is the 5 C's of flirting, which you will all see on your character sheet. We have confidence, the ability to be dramatic and exciting, be clever, the ability to say fun facts and generally have cool and insightful things, commentary. Cool is acting cool, charm is being cute and lovable, and creativity is making and doing fun stuff. These are the 5 C's of cool. These are also the stats in the game, so you should roll on them. They're good. The question, though, is, how do you do this? It's easy. You roleplay out your flirt using the flirt move. You should be doing this all the time. Please keep flirting. To flirt, roleplay it. Say something nice, do a cool flip, whatever. Then roll 2d6 and add on one of the 5 C's, just like in real life. On a 10+, you succeed, and both of your I haven't explained ROM. Okay, cool. Here's the relationship meter. Your ROM with someone is how much you love them, and higher is better. That's all you need to know. Is that okay? Yes, brilliant. Fantastic. I've just realised I could have done this much easier by hiding the overlay. Well, that was easy. Okay, cool. Next slide. So let's try this again with a flirting move. Okay, so to flirt, right? Flirting. We're gonna do this. You roleplay out using the flirt move. You roll 2d6. You add one of the C's. On a 10+, you'll succeed, and both of your ROMs, the magic number that explains how loved you are, go up by 1. On a 7 to 9, you choose either to succeed and become shaken, or get +2 to a future flirt. Wow. Oh, we haven't explained shaken. Okay, on a 6 minus, the ROM goes down, the flirt goes horribly wrong, something bad happens. Don't do this, just roll good, okay? That's my key tip for flirting. Okay, when you're shaken, you feel bad and get -2 to your next roll. My pro tip is don't feel bad. Just don't. It's easy. Why feel bad when you could just not do that? Next, here are other things you could do. When in the game, you could figure it out, which is when you roll clever or charm to work something out. You could create performance art, which is where you roll creativity or performance to make a beautiful piece of art. Play it cool. You can roll cool to definitely know what you're doing. Certainly, yeah, 100%, totally. Yeah, yes, 100%. And then the final move is making good TV. Please do this. You need to make good TV as much as possible, okay? This is all I ask of you. Make good TV. Flirt. That's it, okay? Not hard. Just easy. Oh, I nearly forgot Spotlight points. Spotlight points are new this year. Very exciting. You get 2 of them at the start of a day. You can get more for reasons. Also, I can give you more for deliberately turning a success into a failure. And then you can spend them to take the spotlight and do a special thing. What are those special things, I hear you ask? You're supposed to say,
What are those special things?
Thank you, Octavia. Well,
Dine is welcome.
there are 3 things you can do. You can give yourself a hobby by explaining how actually you're an expert at this particular thing. Do some very specific backstory that you failed to mention until now. So you might be like, oh, I spend a spotlight point because it turns out I'm amazing at acrobatics because of this thing I did in the past. I'm definitely not stealing from the session 0 we did before. You can spend a spotlight point to re-roll all of your dice. You must keep the new roll. Don't. Good luck. Finally, you can add some small helpful story element, like this character's friends with me, I knew them in the past, or this shop actually has the thing I need. That sort of stuff. Just spend a spotlight point. In conclusion, just talk to them. Oh my god! You have moves for cool stuff and for flirting, and take the spotlight. Okay, bye. And at this point, she just immediately closes the slides and leaves. The band stops.
That was perfect.
There we go. I've restored the
Bill
overlay.
raises his hand.
Yes, Bill. Freya turns 180 to, on one foot on seeing your hand raise. Yes, Bill.
You mentioned a session 0. I don't remember that.
It's non-canon.
It's non-canon, so you don't need to remember it, Bill.
Oh, but I'm not a canon.
That's good. I'm glad. That makes it harder to flirt, probably. Can I leave now?
Do you want to leave?
Yes. This has become the most awkward conversation in the history of Monsters on a Cruise Ship.
Topaz sees the conversation going awkward and it's like, hey Freya,
Yes.
do you like rocks?
You're beyond saving. Fuck my life. Okay, look, I need to go and get the bachelors now. Just do something. Maybe not rocks, just something, okay? And she just leaves.
I stopped scribbling and put my hand up one final time.
Yes, Evie.
You said on your slides that we needed to talk. You assured us a lot that we should talk. What's wrong with talking about rocks?
It's a bit... They're a bit old. Talk about new...
Hey.
What's wrong with being old?
One is very old.
God, what have I done?
I think Octavia is just chatting with... She's not quite paying attention to this.
Okay, it's fine. You can talk about old stuff as well, but maybe mix it up a bit. We've had a lot of rocks recently. How about metals? Talk about metals. That sounds like a really good idea. But anyway, I have to go because I have to go and rescue these bachelors who are tasked with dealing with you lot. So I'll see you soon, okay? And at this point, she just leaves, and you're back in the ballroom,
Bye.
talking about locks. rocks or
I mean,
whatever.
well, I mean, metals kind of come from rocks. Like, I mean, you have like various ores which have like metals in them. Although, like, you have metals like gold which are too reactive to. Okay, yeah, I see the problem here.
I think Evie is
Okay,
still
so-
taking notes.
For Octavia, is it daylight?
Outside, yeah,
Yes. Okay. Can I walk over to the balcony?
yeah, of course.
I click my fingers to summon my umbrella for one of my servants.
Which servant's this?
I'll be Lily as well.
Okay, cool. Okay, so Lily's just the one in charge of like dealing with bits and
She's
bobs
on
today.
duty.
She's on duty. Yeah, of course, she's on duty. Cool. You stand on the balcony.
Yeah, put my umbrella up and
Yeah.
hold it towards the light.
Yeah,
And just
you
look
are-
out over the ocean.
Yep, you're absolutely fine. You get to see the ocean. Indeed. You also, so as you can see, the balcony is positioned above this area of the cruise ship. So as such, you can see the water park down on floor 0, and the water slides on, the water slides from sort of floor 1 down to the water park. There's some various bits and bobs in there. Some big red balls at the back for some reason. Lots of floats, a couple of hovercrafts, a big seesaw. All that sort of stuff is sort of stationed in the water park, ready for like people to just mess about. What else can you see? It's a sunny day. The clouds are nice. The ship hasn't set off yet, so you're still in port. So there's just like bits and bobs happening in the port as per usual. Usual bustle, a couple of cargo ships being loaded up, cruise ships. Like there's no other cruise ships in the area, but given how big
Really
this
of
one is,
interest.
yeah,
Where is Monsters on a Cruise Ship set in the world?
that's a very good question that I don't know the answer to.
Never mind.
France. We're gonna say France because France
Ooh.
is all right, and also it has a coast. That's the important bit. I was about to say like I don't know, Germany, and then realised that we're kind of limited on the coast front when it comes to Germany. It's not entirely landlocked, is it? This is the part where I
Just
fail
north.
basically geography.
Yeah, no, Germany has a coastline.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. I've
But,
passed
so-
geography.
Very northern.
Is there? Do I know if there's refreshments anywhere?
Refreshments.
Mhm.
There's like, so as I said, there are lots of tables in the ballroom, and there's a couple of like bottles of wine and like little snacks on some of those tables that you could probably eat. Nothing like, no blood, but you have a solution for that. We've discussed this.
I'm still partial to what I click my fingers again. Lillian,
Yes, ma'am.
fetch one some wine.
Oh, I can stop sharing my screen now. Of course, ma'am. One moment, and she scrabbles over to one of the tables, finds a perfectly nice looking wine
Red.
bottle. Yeah, red, of course. It wouldn't be white. Come on, you're a vampire, for goodness sake. Pours it in a glass and delivers it to you.
Much appreciated, Lillian. I turn back to the balcony and I'm turning away from everyone else. I'll pull my mask down and drink the wine, looking out over the water.
Okay. It's a lovely day outside. You get to enjoy the water. I assume you're holding the umbrella on your effectively on your shoulder with one hand and drinking with the other, or is Lily on? Oh no, Lillian's also giving you wine, so Lily can't be doing all of those things. What else would people
Just
like?
enjoying the moment.
Yeah. What else would people like to do? Everyone else has become with Octavia's with Lillian's pilfering of some snacks or drinks. Everyone else has become aware of the food at the tables.
Topaz would like to look at the food and just be like, "Oh, cool! This would be nice if I actually like ate food."
Bill turns to Topaz. You don't eat either.
Yeah, it turns out when you're made entirely of rock, there's not a lot that you need to digest stuff for.
I just need fuel.
Oh,
How are you getting fuel on the cruise ship, Bill? Like, are you just pilfering it?
Bill
from
didn't plan
downstairs?
for that.
Okay, so Bill is running on a limited fuel supply. Got it. This should be interesting.
How often
I'm
do you
sure-
need to refuel, Bill?
Well, when I feel sleepy.
Okay.
Cool. How sleepy are you feeling right now?
Not very sleepy. He's gonna look on the table. Is there like oil?
Like a little bit on some of the food, like not like cooking oil rather than motor oil.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that. I assume that's still fine.
That can well, it somewhat works.
Yeah, I'm sure we can talk to some of the staff to find some kind of accommodation.
Maybe do it before we leave.
No,
port.
they've already shown me to my room.
Yes.
God damn it!
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Maybe ask about the fuel before we leave port. I'm not sure they can do anything about it in the open ocean. Although oil can come from the ocean.
I mean, yeah, oil. Yeah, oil. I mean, oil is just like it's just like some dead like ancient trees and stuff that's been put under rock and compressed, and so it's like pure hydrocarbons, and so like it's often times found in the ocean. So
At this point,
I'm sure that
Freya
we could.
walks
I'm
in
sure
and
we could go
shouts,
digging.
"Nerd!"
Why, thank you.
It's followed by two figures you don't recognize. At this point, it's
Oh.
time to introduce some of the bachelors. We're going to start with the silliest one. So, the first bachelor you see is very short, very green, very chaos, very chaos. You just you see them from a distance. She's wearing like a red skirt and a shirt with a skull on it, and has, according to my notes, a permanent "ooh woo, I'm going to kill you" expression.
Hannah?
And it's time for, oh god, I've got to find, where's my GOBLINCORE music? There it is. It's time for 8 seconds of GOBLINCORE. And like you can tell from this distance that he's always got horrible music playing in his head at every single moment. Just no matter what's going on, like the energy levels are up there. She's just like absolute carnage, absolute chaos, and you get to hear 8 seconds of it.
It's beautiful.
Hello.
Goblin.
Oh god, it's looping.
It's
Oh
on,
god.
it's on loop.
Loop disabled.
Goblin.
This is and at this point, he rushes over to you, carrying a can of gasoline. Hello, I'm Goblin. She, her, they, he, whatever. I'm Goblin. Yeah,
Hey, Goblin.
Hi.
yeah.
Hello.
You can also, if you look very carefully, you can see looming behind Goblin is a slightly taller, mysterious figure in a big trench coat with a suspicious hat on and what looks like goblin ears. About the height of 6 goblins.
What an interesting choice of measurement.
Yeah. What, would you like my tower? Gesturing at the mystery figure that's definitely not 6 goblins in a trench coat.
Hi, my tower.
Hey, said the tower quite quietly and in a quite low voice.
Okay, good talk.
Does the tower like rocks though?
The tower starts to reverse towards one of the tables containing food.
So, step 1 was talking, which means we're doing the right thing.
Yeah! The goblin puts 2 thumbs up. Or not the goblin. Goblin puts 2 thumbs up. Because the goblin is called Goblin. Not Boblin. Goblin.
Yeah. Hey, Goblin. Do
Yeah?
you like rocks?
Yeah. how flammable are they?
I mean, it depends. Like, obviously, like a lot of rocks are made of minerals that don't contain many hydrocarbons, so aren't flammable. But you do have like some rocks contain like some traces of coal and stuff, which can be quite flammable. And of course, you also find oil underground, which can sometimes go wrong.
Surprisingly, Goblin is nodding along. He's like actually taking all of this in rather than just being utter like a toddler on 5 cups of caffeine chaos.
Is this a flirt roll?
Do you want it to be a flirt roll?
I kind of want it to be a flirt roll.
Okay,
Do
then
it.
please explain how this is a flirt to the audience, and then perform a flirt roll.
Well, this is how it's like she's essentially like this is Topaz's tactic. It's just like to try and like talk to people to like give some of her infinite. Literally infinite wisdom to them, so that they'd be interested in her and like her more, and like.
Yeah. That seems cool. Is that? I assume that's gonna be a clever flirt roll then.
Yeah, that's gonna be a clever.
Yeah, go for it then. I need to get my list of ROMs up. ROM, Topaz, ready to make it -1. I'll have to read out the rolls because they're hidden. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's a 10. It's a huge success. Like.
Off to an amazing start.
Despite like all that Freya said about like stop talking about rocks for 5 minutes, Goblin sort of almost reduces energy for a bit and just sort of nods along like, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And it's like almost thankful that you took the time to explain it to him. Like, she's actually really enjoyed it as a description.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, Goblin is there, and whilst Topaz is having a surprisingly reasonable conversation with Goblin, we get another member of another bachelor walks over who gets 10 seconds of kalimba. A sphinx walks towards you. Z uses Z pronouns, which I'm definitely not going to mess up during this campaign. Has like a relatively human-like face, but ram-like horns. A fairly smart outfit, which is a challenge given that Z's quadrupedal. But like obviously this must have been tailored especially for Monsters on a Cruise Ship. She's got a very fancy cloak on, which is like this beautiful royal purple jeweled cloak and a wonderfully intricate headdress. And is wearing a jacket with some sheep's wool puffing out of the front. With like a wonderful tail and all that sort of things. And walks over to you all and says, hello, all. I'm Adara. It's a pleasure to meet you. I use Z pronouns. Yes, I'm very interested to be on the show. I've predicted that it'll be a curious affair, especially with such a crew as yours.
That bodes well, doesn't it?
Here, I'm Topaz.
Topaz, it's lovely to meet you. I'm Adara, as I said.
I think at this point, I finished my wine because heavy drinker. Give it back. Give the glass back to Lily without explaining anything, or asking you what to do there. And I walk back in and see there's new people to meet, so that I don't miss out on this.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that makes sense. Does anybody what do people want to say to Adara, if anything? Like, at this point, Z's gently graced you with Zia presence.
So, I assume I do recognize what a sphinx is.
Yeah, you recognize a sphinx. They're old enough that you would be very, very aware.
One was not expecting to see another creature as long-lived as oneself. Pleasure to meet you.
And you, my friend. I predicted
Oneself
this would
is
be a
Octavia Alenia.
Ah, I already knew this. I phoned a friend earlier, you see, to make sure I knew who I was meeting today.
What is a phone?
It's don't worry about it. It's a turn of phrase in this case. It's a turn of phrase. I'm not really using a phone per se. More communing with the universe to see what it has to say about love and truth and order, as opposed to that fucker over there pointing at Goblin, who is currently vibrating at like 1500 RPM and headed towards the one of the food tables.
Before they all disappear, can I just give a glance at the other bits of food around?
Sure, like, I'm assuming you want a description of food right now.
Sure.
There's a table with lots of grapes on it, and another table with like little sausage rolls and sort of similar bits of pastry and some salad, because for some reason they've got sausage rolls and salad together, I guess. Sure, go with it. There's a table with a large fruit bowl on it, and then there's the mystery garlic table. No comments on the mystery garlic table.
Octavia stays well away from the garlic table.
The mystery garlic table, I'll have you know. But yes.
Is it like the garlic is a mystery, or like is that this a specific type of garlic in this world? Like a brand?
No, it's more that the products that have come from garlic are a mystery.
I see.
Very
Would there
mysterious.
be any bird seed about on this table?
There isn't, but you could ask someone to bring some in if you wanted. Like, there's still members of crew just sort of mulling about, filming this general interaction as trying to set on like the image stability as they film Goblin, because Goblin continues to move like there's no tomorrow.
I think, I'm trying to be nice to these new, bachelors and things, but popping out of my front pocket of the dungarees is my bird Lexi. Definitely also vibrating along with the frequency of the Goblin.
Do you want to tell everyone about your bird and the sorts of things that they get up to?
This is my familiar. I had the list of hobbies up that they can help with, but I have.
That's fine. Don't worry about
have it anymore.
specifics. Just what kind of bird is it? Let's start with the important question.
Lexi is a hummingbird. I think was.
Yeah.
One time, Evie went on a holiday and ended up with a bird in her pocket as a stowaway on the flight. Don't tell border security. She feels really bad about it, but at the same time, she knows there's legal protections for familiars.
Don't tell border security, she says on TV.
Yeah, wink.
Wink. Oh, I can move this back a bit. There we go. Okay, that's cool.
Yes, Lexi's it's been around for a couple years. Is a small green hummingbird. Definitely very, very sociable, very likable, but can be a little bit lazy. And one of the hobbies I do have down for Lexi is she's got the moves, because when I googled hummingbirds, something came up saying that they've got the moves. So I'm being accurate.
Yeah.
I've done my hummingbird research. Not as much rock research as I'm sure Scarlett's done, but
yeah. Amazing. So is Lexi just generally popping out and having a look around and vibing?
I think she's vibing, and I think she's becoming a little distracting. So Evie might have to be like, "Sorry, friends. I guess dates. Bye."
At this point, Adara just looks over at Lexi and goes, "What a lovely little bird. Wow. They're so small. And vibrate-y."
Yeah, she gets like that. Yeah, it's I need to feed them. Very small. Yeah, they stop growing. This isn't a baby. It's not like it's gonna get real big.
What?
That'll be scary.
That would be. I agree. That would be scary. Yes. Like Adara's got like a little bit of fear in their face, like the idea of this bird becoming big. Like it's the sort of thing, those I guess it's a similar reaction to someone if they're thinking about insects becoming supersized and they're not a big fan of insects. Like, oh no, don't make the hummingbird big. The bird's too cute.
Evie notes down like the potion idea of making a big Lexi. Should probably wait.
Yes, probably. Yeah.
I think I'm going to find them some food.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. So what's your plan? You're currently in a room. There is no obvious birdseed, but there's quite a lot. There's a fair number of members of staff around. There's a couple of people behind cameras, a couple of people just sort of like straightening out tablecloths and the like. One person who is solely, or one monster rather, who is solely dedicated to making sure Goblin doesn't throw a table out of the window. And
They've got their work cut out for them today.
Yeah, they really do. And a cyborg who's still messing with some lights in the far corner.
Anna has asked if hummingbirds can eat garlic bread, and maybe this is the time to check.
You're gonna go to the mystery garlic table and see if Lexi eats garlic bread?
I think that's what I'm going to do. Should I roll to see how much Lexi can stomach garlic bread?
I don't know. Like, does anybody have any like knowledge on hummingbirds and garlic?
Well, hummingbirds eat. Off the top of my head, they eat mostly nectar, which garlic bread is not.
I'm just casually
Okay,
opening up.
So what from brief research, like birds will eat bread, but onion and garlic bread can be potentially harmful.
Article: Onion and garlic bread can actually be harmful to a bird, so try and avoid it. Okay, we'll do it. So you don't know this in character. Do you know this in character, Evie?
Maybe if I've researched hummingbirds, which I arguably should have done before this session. I've had a hummingbird for a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay, yeah, we'll say that you know that then, and happily backpedal with the sudden realization of no, do not.
I heard mystery garlic and wondered, maybe there is some sort of garlic nectar, and then went, uh-oh, no, I'm an idiot.
Amazing. Okay.
So... This is also a fantasy world, so maybe...
Potion of being able to eat garlic.
It's the same potion that kills vampires.
I assume if Evie started to make that potion, Octavia would just be looking over like, you dare. You dare. I will end thy.
One will end thy.
My mistake. I'm not practicing the words of old.
One has found the grapevine and is plucking grapes off one at a time and putting them under the mask to eat them.
It's like, shoop, underneath.
Mm-hmm.
That's a technical sound effect. Okay, wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
And is keeping the plate of grapes away from Goblin.
I feel like Goblin will...
Lily's holding the grapes.
Oh, okay,
of course.
Like high up enough that Goblin's just like trying to jump. Let me remind myself of what Goblin's abilities are, because I can't remember which 2 moves Goblin took. Oh yes, that's the moves that Goblin took. Fair.
Good.
Fair.
That sounds...
In response to your... I've got to check. I don't think I have to roll for this move. Here I am, knowing my own system. Nope. I can spend a goblin's life immediately. Okay, cool. Yes. Well, so our goblin friend Goblin looks at the tower, looks at the height difference, waves a tiny little goodbye to the goblin at the top of the tower, and uses... God, I've forgotten the name. Trinkets are your passion. The goblin move that lets you summon something that helps you being a goblin, in return for sacrificing a goblin's life. So, out of a sheer miracle, Goblin manages to find a pile of stilts somewhere. just like props up against one of the tables, puts them on, but accidentally in the progress, like, you know how you when you sit down to put shoes on, you like you have to extend your foot out. This is a really weird description, but you put your foot out as you're putting the shoe on.
Mm-hmm.
Goblin does this, except it's with a stilt, and therefore knocks out the top goblin of the stack. Oh, sorry, the top member of the tower, which is definitely not 6 and now 5 goblins in a trench coat. So sadly, the goblin Itchy has fallen.
No.
No!
Fortunately, the goblin can now eat the goblins. Eat the goblins, eat the grapes. Eat the grapes. The goblin starts eating. I don't know how Lily responds to this, but...
I think she probably screams and drops them.
How does everyone react to the scream? Or is it just a little scream, like, ah, as opposed to a proper scream?
All of my interns are purely human, and none of them have had much experience with more monstrous people.
Mm-hmm.
And so having a goblin die and then another goblin steal grapes is probably a bit much.
Amazing. So how does it...
Obviously for a goblin.
How does everyone react to the scream, given there's just been a scream in the corner and like, oh no, a scream?
Topaz would like to check if Lily is okay.
Okay, you wander over to Lily. What do you say?
Like, hey, I heard a little scream. You all right?
Given the description that Octavia just gave of Lily, I think. Oh, actually, let's make this a roll. What is it? Making good TV? Trying to like. I think it could be making good TV.
Wait, are you flirting with one of my interns?
That's why I avoided the flirt roll. I mean, you're welcome to. I'm not going to stop you. Octavia might be unhappy, but I'm not going to stop you.
I mean, we've established that Topaz has a bit of a different idea of flirting than everyone else does.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know what? Let's make it a flirt roll.
Sure. Okay. I'm now going to have to note down new page. Lily, one of Octavia's servants.
They are interns. I do. Pay them.
Interns. I will fix that accordingly. One of Octavia's interns, Rom.
Yeah.
Off you go, Scarlett. Give us a flirt roll.
Charm.
Yeah, that's a charm roll if I ever heard one. Oh, go on. We need something bad
I need to actually remember what the prefix is on Roll20.
/R.
It's / yeah.
You're joking me. For everyone at home, that was another 10.
We're off the rails already, baby.
Given like Lily looks at you, and like you would have thought, given your rock figure and the fact that, as Octavia said, Lily is not very used to monstrous types. She's kind of okay. She's taken back a little. Don't get me wrong. You're still a big rock person, but like, yeah, I'm okay. Sorry. I got a bit of a fright. Who are you? Sorry.
Oh, I'm Topaz.
It's lovely to meet you, Topaz. I'm Lily.
Oh, it's nice to meet you too.
She's very confused. Like, in
The
a
notes I
positive
have for
way,
her-
but very confused.
The notes I have for her are not extensive.
Better make some more.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, your homework before the next session will be to work out a bit more about Lily, maybe.
Well, I can tell you she's AB negative. I have that written down.
And what blood type is Topaz? Does Topaz have blood?
I'm not sure Topaz has blood.
Okay. I assume the equivalent is like your kind of rocks, like igneous and stuff.
I imagine that like her structure is like she's got like a lot of the topaz crystal on the outside, and then like on the inside she's got like more solid like either like igneous or metamorphic rocks. Like,
God, do I?
well, probably like something like granite and stuff that has like crystals on it.
Do I make the joke?
Go on.
Go on.
I'm getting inside Topaz as part of the game.
Oh dear.
Topaz, the explicitly ace character.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, no, it's fine. It's just like
that's
course.
absolutely 100% fine.
it definitely seems like the sort of thing Octavia would like. Freya, who did come in the room along with the two bachelors you've seen, is like quietly nodding along, like excellent. The flirts have begun.
Oh, I do also have a quote for Lily.
Mhm.
The blood bank wouldn't accept her blood.
Oh,
Why?
sad
okay?
story in 7 words. Oh dear. At that point, I think to briefly bring the conversation to a new point. At that point, after your interaction with Lily, it turns out it's time to get shook again because a new figure makes a slightly more dramatic entrance than the rest of the bachelors. In fact, so much that we've got some music. He appears dramatically from the side of the walls, fire spraying next to him. We've got a devil on the scene who uses the move Commanding Presence. Ooh. Once per day, you can make a dramatic entrance to a large room with the intent of making yourself look more attractive or terrifying. Pick one and roll plus confidence. Where is Dante's confidence? Oh, shit.
Is this Dante from the Devil May Cry series?
No, he's not from the Devil May Cry series, but I may have made some questionable decisions while statting up Dante. But it doesn't matter because that's a natural 12, -1. Your dramatic entrance successfully woos a few people in the room. Choose up to 3 creatures and then run with view increases by 1. Dante chooses... Oh, that would be really funny. Dante chooses Octavia, Evie, and Lily.
Of course, I know.
And all of you have +1. All of you have +1 ROM with Dante.
Cool.
Unfortunately, he doesn't reciprocate it, but he's made you feel more like holy shit, it's Dante. Well, you don't know that. It's holy crap. It's mystery person who I definitely haven't spoiled the name of like 3 times. So yeah, let's describe this mystery person who I haven't spoiled the name of 3 times. So this is a devil. He's fairly small as a character. He's got 2 horns. One of them is chipped. Kind of humanoidish, but still with a long devilish tail. He's got his shirt open with like little scars on his chest. He looks like he's attempting to be a macho man, and he's doing an all right job at it, but like he's doing okay. He's doing okay. In his pocket, he has 2 like spears of some kind. You're not too sure what's going on with that. And he appears and goes, "Hey, I'm Dante."
Dante, I'm Topaz.
Hey, Dante? Are those a couple spears in your pocket, or you're just excited to see me?
No! For reference, the spears are like sticking outwards. Like they're grey.
What, was that a flirt, Evie?
Yeah, was that a
sounds
flirt?
like a flirt roll
Well,
to
yeah, that
me.
sounds like 100% a flirt roll, right? That's definitely.
Oh gosh, here we go.
And it's definitely a charm roll, right? There's no way that's not a charm.
Oh, I forgot the R.
Hey. Oh no.
You know what? I'm just gonna roll with that.
You're just gonna roll with it.
It was bad.
Cool. So
Hey.
Evie's run with Dante is now at -1, so that's a good start.
Oh, do I take one down as well?
I
So
can't-
now it's 0.
I can't remember. I'll
I've got
say
+1 from the
We'll say
entrance.
that. We'll say that. Yeah, you take -1 as well. Dante just sort of looks at you like, oh fuck's sake! What did
I think
Come
Octavia
on.
jumps in. So, so do I recognize what kind of spear they are?
You can try and figure out the situation if you wish. You don't recognize it immediately.
This would be clever.
It would be so. This is using the move specifically.
Yes.
What move is it? It's figure it out, which is it's clever because you're trying to work out a situation rather than a person.
7.
7. Ask one of the questions on the list.
I suppose if I wanted to figure out what kind of thing it is, what's being overlooked here?
What's being overlooked here?
I suppose.
Okay, so this is going to be a bit of a cryptic answer, but I think it will help. You'll work it out later. What's being overlooked? They are fairly small spears, and Dante isn't as macho man as perhaps his entrance would suggest.
I think I still jump up. I don't. Salutations, oneself is Octavia. Does thou possess weapons or spears? One finds themselves very interested.
Oh, these like he got a lot more excited for like a moment and then realized that no, it's not time to get excited. It's like the spears. Yeah, I use them. They're small because they're like
Can I-
daggers. I use them to stab people.
Can I attempt to flirt with that on clever? Try and make a connection.
Sure, but like, what do you say to turn this into a flirt?
I think. Well, if Zan uses them to stab others, one must have some wonderful stories to tell. No.
Wonderful stories. Wink. Okay, yeah, you can do a clever flirt roll for that. That seems fine. Okay, so do you want to take? So that's a weak success. Do you want to take the shaken, or do you want to take the +2 for a future roll? Or shaken and success.
I'll take the +2.
Okay, so like, he's not like particularly romantically affected by what's happened there. Like, he sort of just sees it as a, oh, what are you doing? What are those what are those daggers? What do you do with them? And he responds accordingly with, yeah, I use them to stab my enemies. It's not that hard, to be honest. They're very effective, very useful for dexterous stabs because they're not big, and it's definitely not because I can't hold bigger. Like, it's just they're good. They're good for me.
That's wonderful.
Anything else, or? That's Dante saying that. Sorry.
I don't think. I think Octavia sort of steps back after having taken the scene unintentionally in front of everyone.
What was that? Sorry, I missed that.
Octavia's now getting shy because she realizes she's put herself in the middle of everyone.
Yes, yeah, that's entirely right, because Dante's just had a big entrance and you've gone up and go, what's the spears? And he's been like, what else would people like to do, given that Octavia's shying away a bit? You've got the 3 bachelors sort of generally strewn around the room. In fact, maybe this is suddenly Freya pipes up and goes, okay, maybe this is a good time for your icebreaker activity. Yes, very exciting. So, I'll keep this quick because I have to go and do some other stuff in preparation for the show starting tomorrow for real. Hopefully the rest of the band will be here as well, Jesus. So, I have asked all of you contestants and all of the bachelors to provide me with 3 statements, one of which is a lie. Your challenge, if you choose to accept it, but you better accept it because otherwise you won't win, and I'll explain in a minute what winning means, is we'll reveal 2 of them now, and your job is to determine what's true and what's a lie. At the end, we'll all gather around and we'll say the statements again, including the mystery third one that you'll only find out at the end. And then you'll say which one you think is true and which one you think is a lie out of the 3. And then the person who gets the most correct wins. What do you win, I hear you ask? Well, this year, we're doing things very slightly different from last year. Every day will be split into an event like this, so a challenge, and at the end, some lovely evening dates for you to go on. The person who wins, or the person or team that wins the challenge, gets first pick of which bachelor they get to go on a date with in the evening. They will get a date to themselves, where they can do whatever they want, within reason. We're still on TV. Like, spend a lovely time in any part of this wonderful cruise ship. Just you two. Just the 2 of you. So, you better try and work out who's telling the truth and who's lying, because a date, and therefore getting closer to winning the show as a whole, is on the line. So, on that note, we're going to introduce some truths and some lies. Oh gosh. You sort that out, Evie. We'll come to you last. Whoops. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 statements. We'll start with the bachelors, and everyone should. Well, in fact, we'll start with the rest. We'll start with the bachelors. I'm being indecisive. Sorry, I've got a lot on my mind right now. We'll start with the bachelors. They're gonna say 2 of their statements, and you have to work out which of the 3 statements in total. So you'll get the third statement later. Which of them are true, and which single one is a lie. We'll start with Dante, given he had such a dramatic entrance. At this point, Dante pipes up, like, general big presence for a fairly small demon. Or devil, rather. Okay, I have 2 statements for you. Are you ready? First statement. This horn... feel free to get ready to take notes or whatever.
Summon Lily.
So summon Lily. Yeah, so Lily's ready to take notes. I assume everyone else is generally getting ready to think about things. First statement.
Bill has brought up his hand and is writing on his hand.
Isn't your hand metal?
Excellent.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't stick very well. I'll probably wipe off the moment he brushes it against something.
Amazing. So my first statement is that this horn, if you remember, one of his horns is chipped, and he points at the chipped horn. I lost part of this horn in a big fight. I was in hell one day, and some guy just decided it'd be cool to attack me, and of course I attacked back with my daggers, and while I defeated the assailant, he chipped off that horn a bit. It hasn't grown back yet. It'll take a little while. And then my second statement is that despite this exterior, I have a thing for sewing. Like making crafts and the like. Definitely, that one can't be true. I've basically given away the game to you, but that is my second statement that may or may not be true. So you have those 2 statements to work with. The third will be delivered at the end of the challenge. Next, Goblin steps up. Vibrating as per usual, managed to find another can of petrol, which is very quickly confiscated, for reasons that will become extremely apparent. Hey, 2 facts. First, when I was a little kid, I set fire to my nursery. Set it on fire. Very small arsonist. It's like, nursery, thump, fire. Amazing. And my second fact, you're getting ready for this. It's completely different. When I was older, right, I set fire to my university. Woomph, fire. Amazing. Isn't that wonderful? Freya is starting to look very nervous at this point because she has this lovely cruise ship that she would rather not be on fire. And, yes. And then finally, Adara steps up. Hello again, all. I now have to give my truths and falsities. But luckily, I have them prepared, so I don't have to worry about it. So, my first statement. I am a keen businesswoman. Z does like a generally business-like pose at that point, hand on hip, ready to, I don't know, do whatever Adara thinks business is. And then my second fact, maybe, is that I am extremely terrified of spontaneity. Whenever someone's like, "Oh, let's go do this now," and I haven't planned it, it is a bad time for me. So there you have it, says Freya. You've got three pairs of statements, and you need to work out which of them are true, and which of them is a lie. But before we continue, I believe all of you have also prepared your truths and lies. Is that correct?
One has.
Yes.
I'm just ticking off the ones on my notes so that I don't read out the new one incorrectly later. Okay, cool. In which case, let's just go through all of the bachelors who will also be working on this. I might steal the notes that you've made, Reylynn, just so everyone has access to them because that's really useful.
Yep.
Okie dokie. So.
Now to sabotage them quickly.
I can see if you've edited them.
No.
We'll start with Bill, shall we? We'll start with Bill. Bill, what are your facts? What are your statements of truth or lies? Can I have two of them, please?
My first is that my favourite film is Christine, the one about the evil car which kills people. and my second is that I once made a journey from London to Kenilworth powered only on stolen McDonald's fry oil.
Where's Kenilworth? Said Freya.
It's in the Midlands, west of them.
God. On stolen oil. Excellent. Okay. Those are both interesting facts. I must confess, I don't know which of those are true. But we will move on then to Octavia. What beautiful facts do you have to give
One
to us
is so
today?
elated.
Go on then, be elated and actually tell us what the facts are.
Well, the prime fact, due to one's own extended being, the crown have yet to declare one's presence among themselves who live. By the crown's right, one is legally deceased.
Okay, legally dead. Got it.
And the secondary fact about oneself, the many moons before one now, oneself witnessed the prime viewing of the Scottish play.
Oh, okay. Freya, sort of is half taking notes because she's interested, and half just how do I translate this? I don't really understand, but okay, this is fine. We'll go to Topaz next. So, Topaz, what facts do you have? Please say they're not just about rocks.
She kind of looks down at herself and it gives Freya a look of utter confusion. But she's like, well, until recently, I was in a multi-millennia long game of rock paper scissors, and yeah, and she's it's like. And there are 5 humans currently stowed away on this cruise ship who would do anything I asked them to.
At this point, Freya's just like into a nearby walkie-talkie. So I've got to be real. If that one's true, send the crews out. We need to find them. We need to find them. We need to get them off the ship. We don't have enough money. We don't have enough food to deal with 5 extra stowaways. Like, just. Oh God, sorry. I just had to take a call. That's a lovely pair of facts, Topaz. I really.
No problem.
Really. I hope that's fake. I mean, it's good. Everything's fine. And finally, we're gonna go to Evie, who hopefully won't have a fact that makes me scared for my life.
I'm not interesting enough to have facts that make people scared for their lives.
Oh, thank goodness.
One believes you
Boredom is a
so
blessing.
threatening.
Evie sort of finally makes eye contact with someone, looks at Octavia, and just meekly puts her arms up and goes,
Just literally.
Is that an anti-flirt?
That's sort of a... Look how threatening I am, haha.
Do you want to get on with your facts,
Wait.
Evie?
So, oh gosh, I don't like these games. Who does, am I right? My first fact is that my very first familiar was actually a camel. Again, family holiday, camel took a liking to me. And I'm apparently that charming. Second fact.
Did you have to take that on a plane?
Yes. How do you think I knew how to deal with the hummingbird? Hummingbird is significantly smaller.
Sure. And then your second fact. Sorry, I interrupted you.
I have been interviewed for the local news as a youngster back when I did debate team. You wouldn't think of it. I have debated before.
Lovely.
Yeah.
What's a reasonable pair of facts, and not one that will require me to take another phone call? Okay, that's wonderful.
There is no camel on this ship.
I
Immediately puts on the phone like, and check for a camel.
I have an idea quickly. When Evie put her hands up to threaten me, can I try and flirt with Evie, having the rationale being how well I feign surprise and fear?
Oh, go on. That sounds funny.
Absolutely.
Yeah, go on.
Yes, please.
What even is that? Confidence or
It's
creativity?
a performance. So, like, I mean, if
Creativity?
it's direct deception, then it might be cool, because that's.
I'll go for that because I've got +1 there.
Yeah, sure. That seems like a fair enough deal.
Hey!
My fucking god.
Yay!
Yeah,
How
apparently.
performative.
So go on, just explain it. Whatever you want happens. It was a 12.
So, Evie goes, well, Evie, how did you go? And Octavia does a small hop, underestimates her strength, goes quite high in the air, and then properly screams on the way back down.
Oh my god.
And
Evie is delighted by this.
And you both get a rom with each other.
yeah.
Oh my god. This is last year all over again. The polycule will happen. Okie dokie. In which case, Freya goes, okay, so you've heard all the facts. I now have some extra things to do. Don't mind me. Definitely not looking for stowaways. No, never. I will be back in, what time is it? 3:24. 4:24. I want to say this ends 6 p.m. at the latest. I'll be back in like an hour and a half. Just to like do the result of this. So you just all like talk to each other, maybe get a bit of flirting in, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, wink. Nobody. Do any of you know what she means?
Mm-hmm.
I nod like I do.
Topaz thinks she knows what she means.
Bill accidentally smudged some of the writing in his hands. He was trying to remember what it was he'd written there. He's not quite sure.
Bill is mildly distracted. Outstanding. Okay. In which case, I will let you go and do some conversing, and I will go kill some stowaways. All right, have fun, all. At that point, she immediately turns and leaves the room. And it's just you. It's you four, the three bachelors.
Octavia turns to Evie. Madam Ainsworth, I believe it is, correct?
Yes, that's right.
May one pet your bird?
I sort of reach into my dungarees pocket and be like, hey, Lexi, hey. Do you want to meet a friend? Sort of offer them towards Octavia, hoping that Lexi cooperates. I think they do.
I assume so.
What's Lexi's type?
Do not flirt with a bird.
Oh no. Should I make some stats for Lexi?
I think I've written in the rules that I didn't give Lexi stats, but I did say that all
Obviously,
rolls that Lexi would do have +0. So take from that what you will. I take that as all stats are 0. I think that's a fair conclusion.
So can I just pet Lexi?
I'm not going to make you roll to pet Lexi, I think. Unless
Roll
you
to
really
pet.
want to.
Yeah.
No. I'd be interested in rolling for Lexi's reaction.
Yeah? So what? So would that be Lexi rolling, or would that be you rolling on your ability
Maybe-
to pet?
I'd say the latter. Probably cool to see how well composed I keep my hand, maybe.
Yeah, sure. That seems fair. Yeah, go for it. A cool roll to see how effectively you pet the bird.
That's D5.
Yeah, D5's slightly different.
10.
Holy fuck. Okay, cool. I assume Lexi takes a great liking to this, right, Evie? There's no reason that Lexi would be like, no, this is terrible. What have you done?
I think with that kind of a roll, they're probably sort of nuzzling in. Maybe let out a little squeak.
Amazing. You have made some good TV that day. The
This
camera,
is
one of the
splendid.
cameramen gets out a macro lens to properly zoom into the interaction because, as you've said, hummingbirds small.
Just a little like beep, a little beep. It's very cute.
Bless.
Octavia's doing nothing else.
Cool.
It's Octavia's life now.
Cool. Seems good. Let's talk about the rest of the people then. So Octavia and Evie are a bit distracted. So Topaz, you've just been told some facts, not facts, whatever. Do you have a plan? The sort of things you're going to do?
Okay, so I think Topaz is going to try, obviously Harry and the Goblin have gained a rapport. So I think
That's a very
she's
polite
going
way
to-
of saying you said something nice and the goblin now vibrates in a slightly better way towards you.
Yeah, so I think she's going to try making small talk with the goblin, but meanwhile, while that is happening, does it look like the cyborg has any kind of screen that might have the answers on it?
Oh, you mean the cyborg that's dealing with the lights? Sorry, or is this Bill you're talking
Yeah,
about?
well, I mean, is there some kind of crew member? Is there some kind of way that someone might be able to cheat for Topaz?
I think I'm gonna need
dear.
a figure it out roll. I think
Okay.
at this point you're trying to figure out a situation, and the situation you're trying to work out is is there an obvious cheat sheet somewhere?
Yeah. Is this Topaz is clever?
Yes.
Okay. 12.
Fuck's sake. Okay, on a 12, ask 3 of the following. Go.
Yeah.
Hit me with those questions.
So, so I'm guessing, what does the studio want here? What approach could help, and what's being overlooked here?
Oh, it's the bottom 3 questions, sure.
Yeah, bottom 3 questions.
Okay. Let me think. What approach could help? While you don't know if there's like a cheat sheet lying around, you do know that the crew are more aware of the answers than you would expect.
Okay.
What does the studio want here? The studio would like you to. The studio wants you to talk to the bachelors, to talk to the crew, to generally interact, and also they're aware that if you've tried to flirt with someone and succeed, you'll get closer to them and they'll be more likely to divulge information that may help you, let's say. Okay. And what's being overlooked here? Many of the crew members have electronic devices. They are locked, but you can't easily just like hack into them, because you're not really the sort of person who can hack into devices. Like, you would need a cyborg or something to do that. But that is an option.
Okay.
I hope that somewhat answers your questions.
Right. So imagine while Topaz is trying to like small talk to the goblin, she has absolutely no idea how to make small talk. So it's like, how is the weather?
Yeah.
Someone might try to obtain an electronic device.
You're trying to obtain an electronic device.
Yeah, this is going to be an unwavering allies role.
Oh, this is exciting. Okay, cool. So what, you're sending one of your unwavering allies to try and obtain an electronic device.
One of my unwavering allies is going to try to obtain an electronic device.
Okay, can I get so for the people at home, the unspeakable may or may not have a variety of people with them who may or may not be able to help with certain things. Maybe, possibly, perhaps. But yeah, if you give me an unwavering allies roll, let's see what happens.
Okay, cool.
Ooh, 8. So that's a weak success. So you get to choose 1, I think.
Yeah.
So you choose either they do it really quickly, they do it to specification, otherwise the GM intrudes a complication, or, most importantly, they all remain in the cult.
I think they do it quickly.
So they don't do it to specification, and they don't all remain in the cult.
Yes.
Which one's this? Is this Emerald?
This is Emerald. Yes.
For reference, for the people at home, all of them have names.
Yes, all of them have names, pronouns, and brief descriptions.
Which is good, because it means I can take them away from from Topaz. Alright. So they do it really quickly, but they don't do it to specification. Oh, I'm so tempted. Oh, that's too funny to pass up. So I will give you I'll give you something nice out of this, but the first description is going to basically be a great misunderstanding that I think will be funny. Emerald very, very quickly manages to run off and runs back with a toaster.
It's like so like Emerald appears next to Topaz and she's like, why are you here? And then Emerald just hands her a toaster. It's like you're not supposed to, I didn't think you'd follow. What? Like she's been like totally distracted from her conversation with the goblin with the current the sudden apparition of like It's like this like shortish human with like a buzz cut that's been dyed bright green and it's like kind of jacked, and it's like
Yeah, and he just pops out of existence in front of you. Literally appears, hands you a toaster, and then disappears. But in the process, to actually give you like something useful, Emerald drops his phone. So you now have a toaster and a phone that doesn't belong to one of the crew members.
okay.
Technically a success.
It's important question in chat. What are Goblin's thoughts on the toaster?
Goblin stares at the toaster and keeps staring, vibrating and staring, vibrating.
Can I give Goblin the toaster?
Is this a flirt roll?
Yes.
Okay, do it. Do the flirt roll.
Confidence.
Yeah, that seems good. Just like, here is a toaster that I just found.
Yeah.
God.
It's a 9.
It's a weak success. What do you want, the +2, or do you want to be shaken?
I think at this point, like the flirt succeeds, but Topaz is definitely shaken.
Yeah, I think there's a really obvious shaken here. So both you get +1 wrong with the goblin. Goblin gets +1 with you. The goblin accepts your gift. Goblin is very aware of what a toaster is.
So Topaz is shaken, right?
Yeah, Topaz is now shaken. Yeah, definitely.
Topaz is 100% shaken.
After, like, one of her cult appeared out of nowhere, handed her a toaster, disappeared out of nowhere, and then Topaz handed over a toaster. This is not an interaction that Topaz is used to.
Yeah, so unknowable form isn't happening.
Oh no.
I'll give you for free that unknowable form isn't in play.
Yeah, because it's only 2 of the 3 moves.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't realise that.
That's okay.
It was just bottle break.
Because most importantly, Topaz took the one which is all redacted.
Yeah.
The best
Topaz took the interestingly designed one.
Yes, and the other interestingly designed one. Because the cult is a very funny resource.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll leave Topaz to be shaken for a bit after her interesting interaction. What's Bill up to?
Is one of the food tables got salad on it?
Yes, it does.
Is there like olive oil to put on the salad?
Yeah, there is a bit.
Okay. He's gonna pick up a plate of salad, pick up some olive oil, and approach person. He looks at his hand and sees that the first person to speak was Dante, so he approaches that person.
Okay, you're approaching Dante with some salad and some oil. Got it. Go on. What are your first words before I think of like something searing for Dante to say back at you?
The food here is nice.
Dante takes one look at the fat. I assume you're holding the oil separately, right? You're not just like
Yes.
You literally just
I'm
have one hand of
one
salad
hand
and one
of
hand of
salad.
oil.
Uh-huh.
Dante
then he
looks
just starts-
at the oil and goes, "Yes, it is," and it's the
Bill
same
starts drinking
awkward
the
air
oil.
from earlier.
Bill starts drinking the oil.
What, you're just downing the oil?
Yes.
Is this like
He is-
intimidation? Is this what you're trying to do? To intimidate Dante? Or
He
like,
believes he's flirting.
God, okay. Is this a confident flirt? This must be a confident flirt, right?
He does not know. What is it?
This is confidence.
Is it-
If this isn't
Okay.
confidence, I don't know what is. The fact that your method of flirting is standing there and drinking a bottle of olive oil.
Could be cool.
Why would it be
confidence.
cool?
Confidence. Let's do confidence.
Okay, can I get 2d6 plus confidence, please?
Okay.
Oh.
8.
8. Due to Dante being particularly interested in the ways of confidence, this is actually a full success. So, like, I don't know what I meant to say. You get +1 ROM. Like, you've got your +1 ROM with Dante. What do I say here? That's pretty metal, man. Do you drink that stuff?
Well, it's not the best stuff. It can cause some cramps, but it's better than me running out of fuel and going into low power mode.
Interesting. It's a pretty.
Do you?
You first, sorry.
Do you want some salad?
Yeah, I'll have some salad. And he just takes a handful and munches it in the most, like, angry way possible. Crunch. You didn't know that salad could make such a loud noise, but it has. It has now. How does this interaction? In fact, no. There's a sensible. So what's your name then? Dante says.
I'm Bill.
Bill. That's funny. There's another cyborg called Bill on this ship. It's very odd.
I heard. I don't think we're all called Bill, although every cyborg I've met is called Bill.
How many cyborgs have you met?
3.
3? Who's the third? Wait, hang on. There's 2 that I'm missing. Who
Bill.
are these other cyborgs?
Yeah, Bill and Bill.
Bill and
Yeah, Bill and Bill.
Yeah, that's great, genius. But how do you differentiate them if they're all called Bill? Where's my mate? Dollar bill? Pound bill? Electricity bill?
Stone.
That's a bit offensive.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go that hard.
It's okay. There's Bill from accounting, and and then there's Happy Bill. He was sent to prison.
Why was he happy?
He was just always so happy. I don't know. Maybe he just knew things I didn't.
Fair. Like, at this point, like, Dante's gone from, like, cool man perspective to, like, like, he's mildly concerned, let's say. Just a little bit concerned. Just a little bit. Just a little bit concerned. I swear to God, Artemis. I swear to God. Okay. So yeah, the truths and a lie thing. How do you feel about that? Like, I've got you all worked out already. Easy game.
I don't. I'm not good at telling truth from lie. It's a thing with having a CPU for a brain. It makes it hard to do logic. It's one of the P versus NP problems, working out the truth or validity of a statement.
Oh. Dante pretends to understand. Spoiler alert, Dante does not understand. So, but you were saying about stolen oil on a journey. What have you got more to say on that? It seems kind of unreasonable, right? That's a lot of oil. Like, to the Midlands, to the middle of the lands, from the bottom of the lands,
from the Lon of the Dawn.
Oh yes, sorry, yes, the Lon of the Dawn, yes.
Yeah, well, why do you think Happy Bill was sent to prison?
I don't know. You were pretty mysterious about it.
I mean, he did break into a McDonald's.
Oh, that makes sense, actually. Yeah, that makes sense. Why have I only just realised the joke? God. Okay.
Let's just figure it out as well.
To avoid me continuing to go continuously, we will move on to a different group. Evie and Octavia, you've been petting a hummingbird for a long time now. Are you gonna do something else, or is this just your lives now?
Madam Ainsworth, may I ask how long you've been a witch?
I was born a witch, as far as I know. I don't remember it before. My whole family are.
Back in my day, a lot of witches were self-made. I haven't heard of hereditary witch. That's fascinating. One has not, whatever.
Self-made and self-drowned. Oh. Other drowned. Okay.
The family have, talked about their history quite a lot. They seem to be pretty proud of it. And Evie's starting to go, oh no, how much honesty can I tell without my family working out I'm on a dating show? How much can I give away? But she ultimately decides I'm really bad at lying. So starts to kind of go into it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
We will... hundreds of years ago, we were self-made witches, and somewhere along the way, she's like trying to be as vague as possible, but failing. But, someone seemed to work something out, work out how to not really sure what the word is, but to bless, but not bless, because that's holy and stuff.
Mm.
Unborn children of ours that could kind of maintain the witchiness from birth. Although I can't say that I know how to do it. I'm not sure they're exactly optimistic that I will be having children anytime soon. So have you seen witches of old, doing this themselves?
Yes, one witnessed many witches. Witches and vampires, at least in one's time, don't get on too well. Seems to be alright now. Yes, they were not liked by the crown much at all. One witnessed plenty of trials that were silly. The
A
only
very
time
painful topic in our history.
I suppose if it's a comfortable, whenever real witches were found, none of the stuff that was done to them worked.
At this point, Adara gently walks over to your conversation and says, "Can I get involved?"
Would find light.
Of course.
Wonderful. So...
You like to pet the hummingbird?
Yes. Is that a flirt roll? Turning on my headphones.
From me or from Adara?
Well, you're the one who proposed it.
I am offering. I'm assuming charm.
Yeah, definitely
Right.
charm. Yep. Where is
B6.
Adara's? There's Adara's page.
Okay.
Okay, there's a weak success. Would you like... What would you like out of that? The +2 or the shaken but successful?
I'll take the +2.
Cool, you have +2.
I can't really see a reason why I'd be shaken by this.
The hummingbird
Apart from-
pecks you. No.
Apart from maybe general anxiety, but...
I mean, that's pretty fair. Okay. In which case, Z takes you up on your offer and gently pets the hummingbird. Zia, Z's not very good at it, but Adara's trying. Let's put it this way. Adara is trying. So he seems to get a little bit of happiness out of it, but nothing too outstanding. So yeah.
It's something. I mean, yeah.
So that truth and lie stuff. Have you had any thoughts about it yet?
I think Evie has been making notes, of course. She's very determined and starts to say, well, I vaguely remembered this thing from school of this maths problem, I think, where you have two options and then and once the third is released later, you switch to that and you have a higher probability of being correct. Evie is wrong. This is how Evie has remembered this maths thing. Evie is not a mathematician. So I think I don't want to make any decisions until I hear the third. I'm using stats, you see.
Have either of you witnessed the Scottish play? It's a wonderful piece of theatrical art.
Adara looks slightly nervously. I don't think I have. What is it about?
Does Evie respond? Of interest.
Sorry, I'm just reacting to the cursed knowledge that Evie looks like a minion.
Wait, what?
Ouch.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What? No.
No, the yellow's too dark for that. I think you're in the
I
clear.
also have the round glasses though.
Yeah, but you don't have one eye, do you? I know some of them have two eyes, but shush.
Yeah, Evie is pretty and minions are not.
Is that a
That
flirt
is
roll?
true. Thank you.
I'll do that.
Oh, go for it then. Yeah.
What's that?
Charm,
Well,
definitely. Charm.
No, that's clever because it's correct.
We have our first meta flirt roll, ladies.
No, that's charm.
I think it's charm, because you are trying to be charming. You're not trying to state facts. Less so.
Yeah, obviously.
Nice try, though. I did enjoy it.
Hey!
Okay, cool. Yeah, your ROMs go up. Okay, so apparently the best flirters are between you two.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
In response to what
Respaction.
these new words are getting to me. Well, the fucking ones. In response to Adara's question, Octavia gives a brief pause for Evie to say anything, just turning to her
Oh, sure.
as someone who doesn't like being talked over. So not make sure she has the time to say what she wants.
The Scottish play, Evie connects the dots and is like, oh, yeah, that one with the cursed name. I haven't seen it on stage, but we watched it in school. I like the lady who dreams of blood.
God, I have an idea for a foot roll, but I've also just made one, and it's
Yeah, save it for a bit later.
yeah.
I know, I think I have the sort of idea that I have a bit of an idea.
No.
Count?
It's not.
Does this count as Evie flirting, being like, I like the blood lady,
Ooh.
and she's talking to a blood lady?
If you want to. That's pretty creative, I would say.
Talking about the arts after all.
Yeah, so it would be creative. Art is creative. Weak success. You don't have the +2. The +2 is with Adara.
Videra.
So what would you like? The +2 or the shaken?
Maybe the +2. I think I've flirted enough with Octavia today.
Sure, you get the +2. You can keep that for next time.
Yeah, but what
Well, whenever we flirt next. Who knows when that'll be.
Next time in
My-
15 minutes, tops.
my idea, what I was going to say is maybe I can take you to it sometime.
Aww.
Aww.
Oh.
Or what? No, it would be no, it would be perchance you'd enjoy it. One would adore taking you to witness such a event.
Gay.
Just a question.
Yeah.
The age differences aren't going to be weird here, right?
Octavia is, as a vampire, still an adult, and like from that perspective, she's not acting as someone who is. She's like has this mannerisms of like the voice, but she's not an old woman in like personality or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, pardon my French, I can't call Octavia a MILF.
God. Let's move on very quickly.
Go on.
I'll let you two.
I endorse it. I endorse
I would like to look around for a baseball bat.
While those two are doing crimes, let's go back to Topaz. Topaz, you have a phone in your hand, and you had
Topaz
a
is calling the
toaster.
cops.
So imagine it's like in the panic, just like handed this toaster to the goblin, and now like looked at his phone, like see Emerald has left his phone.
It's also unlocked.
It's unlocked.
Yeah, I'll give that to you. I think that's funny.
So I imagine if someone had burnt down 2 buildings, that might be a. It's like I imagine like she's going to be like punching into it, and it's like so where exactly was this university and nursery again?
Okay. I need to think of a good response here. Oh yes. The nursery was I'm gonna be real with you. I don't remember where either of them were. I am very small.
That's kind of inconvenient. Not gonna lie. She's now frantically searching for like nurseries and universities that like built that while like trying to like she's like doing that like texting where you're trying to make it look like you're 100% focused on the other person,
but
really she's trying to find out if there were like any like major like fires or anything like. Can I imagine that these both happened in the time that she was mortal rather than when she was not? Yeah.
Okay. That sounds like you're going to need a roll for that.
Yeah.
You're going to do it in full hacker mode with a make. Oh, what was that? Sorry.
Well, okay. Yeah. No. Go on.
Oh, I was going to say. I assume it's like make good TV, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to anything else. Cool.
Hacker voice. We're trying.
Hacker voice. We're trying. Wonderful.
All we can hope for.
In which case, yeah, you can give me that roll. 8.
8.
So it's a partial success. You find a nursery that's had a fire incident.
Oh.
The Goblin University stuff there's much less online about Goblin universities in general, let alone specific fires at Goblin universities, but there has definitely been a fire at a nursery. The criminal. Are you gonna like read the article or something?
Well, yeah, I'm guessing like she's going to like skim it for like to see if there are any signs that it was at least purposeful, and maybe if they name the culprit, but not expecting that.
A small goblin, goblin, was found at the scene with some petrol. In what bystanders are calling blatant arson, but also we're not really sure who did it. But also there was a child with some petrol. So what is there to say really? That's the whole article. Very short.
Okay. It's like she's Yeah, she's just gonna like, yeah, she's going to like visibly like kind of like bob up and down like in celebration, and then like realize that she's talking to the person that this article is about still, and be like, yeah, no, I totally get. Like sometimes memories can be far away. Like obviously like my memory is pretty good, but I
Yes,
can
exactly. What are you doing with that phone, by the way?
Oh, nothing. She chucks it.
Uh, can I get a
Roll's gonna be
play it cool roll, please?
Play it
Oh
cool.
God.
But that requires cool.
Yes, it
Who are you
does.
gonna hit? Who are you gonna hit with that phone?
Yeah.
Please don't be like
Hey,
An 8.
that's a weak success. On a weak hit, a question is asked. It looked like you were texting, Topaz.
Texting? No. Who would I text? Like, it's not like people actually listen. It's not like people actually listen to what I say or anything, and just interested in me for like my immense power and the fact that I'm an eldritch being or anything. No. Why would I have anyone to text? And she's like, oh wait, actually, technically that should have been another -1, but I don't think it matters because she's shaken.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's fine.
Yeah.
If it were a 12 plus, that would be so perfect. That sweet 12 plus of yeah, the first roll would have been fine. Yeah, sure. If it were a 12 plus, I would have had to make an excuse as to why you weren't bullshitting, as the rules dictate. Literally doing nothing with a phone, you just managed to work out that information from your head. But yes, you successfully persuaded Goblin that you weren't in fact looking up her history.
Yeah. Anyway, uh, she kind of looks at Goblin. I imagine Goblin still has the toaster.
Oh yeah, of course Goblin still has the toaster. Goblin is fixated on the fact that it goes up and down.
Yeah. And So like, is she like, oh, the toaster's not plugged in, is it?
No, there's no plug nearby.
Okay. Like, yeah, I guess at this point, Topaz is gonna be like, hey, do you wanna see something else cool? And she's going to put her hand out in front of her and start like concentrating, and she's going to try using her unspoken lore ability.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
No.
All right, I think what I'm going to propose, and for dramatic effect, is that we will have a fight. We'll have what, 10-minute break? Does that seem fair?
Yeah.
We'll have a 10-minute break before you roll for unspoken lore. That seems fair,
Okay.
right?
Cool.
Okay,
Yeah,
in which
that's
case,
fair.
everyone, I'll probably just
Everyone's
like,
start a 10-minute drum roll.
yeah, you get to start a 10-minute drum roll. I'll say back in 10 minutes in the chat. So we'll say 16:14. Is that cool?
Okay.
16:14 BST. Goes to the toilet, get a drink, do whatever. And I guess I'm just gonna sit and sort of talk to chat for a bit. Well, actually, I need the loo, so I'm gonna pop to the loo and generally mute stuff. But then I'll come back and talk to chat for a bit or whatever. But yes, we will
Before
see.
everyone goes. Before everyone goes.
Yes.
Toast pass.
Yeah.
Oh,
Toast.
toast pad. God.
Oh, come on.
God. All right. See you all in 10 minutes. I'm gonna
Yeah.
mute desktop audio. I'm just going to do some crowd work in the middle time of this. We're not starting just yet. Everyone all right?
Octavia returns.
Amazing. You're live, but I'm just sort of talking to chat and saying, is everyone all right? Everyone having an all right time? Or a good time? Or a passable time? To provide an adjective. Provide an adjective.
AMA with Octavia.
AMA with Octavia. Would you like to ask any... that's an excellent adjective. Thank you, John. Would anybody like to ask Octavia any questions about her existence? Oh, you can even ask Topaz if you want. Welcome to the brief AMA in the middle whilst we take this 10-minute break. Oh, God. What music have I got left? Because I've got a bunch of music, but I'm not sure I'm going to use it all today.
For one, to answer Professor JRC's question, Octavia is fairly old-fashioned, and in the modern day for vampires, they have access to blood bags, but Octavia is not well accustomed to them, doesn't like them very much. So, when she needs blood, she has hired temp workers to what was the word I used, Alan?
I can't remember.
Impersonally, I think.
Yes.
Hello, I'm back.
Welcome back. It's currently just Octavia answers questions from chat.
Yeah, so my blood is ethically sourced from temp workers who want money. Octavia has a lot, and does not have a good concept on how much money is worth in the modern day.
Yes, that's true, isn't it? They're basically walking blood bag, but they have personalities too.
To answer the question of Wellis, that will have to become apparent over the course of the sessions.
Oh, very mysterious.
It's a very private thing for her.
Very mysterious. And then Topaz got a question about opinions on rock, the music genre.
Yeah, she quite likes rock. She's more into well, her music tastes are kind of over the place. Like, although this band that she's taken liking for recently is called like Amaranth. They've got like 3 different musical, and they're like their styles all over the place. They're normally like more on the heavier side, but she does have a soft spot in her heart for crystalline.
Octavia likes classical.
Oh god.
All I will quickly say, Topaz, top tier rock, just on its own.
Yeah. Topaz does like Topaz. I mean, she were.
God, the jokes. Oh dear.
Do you think Bill likes metal?
Does Bill like metal?
Is Bill here?
Yeah, Bill's back.
Yes, Bill is here. Bill likes a lot of music. I mean, he has a radio which he likes to listen to. He likes Queen. They're a very nice band.
I'll make sure I've got that recorded for next session because Aries suggested some Queen and I didn't get a chance to record it, but I will. Everyone who's here, can you give a eulogy for Itchy?
Itchy died as they lived, stealing things.
Itchy died as they lived, dead.
Itchy died as they lived, in horrendous pain.
Itchy died as they lived. Sus. How did Itchy die?
Yeah,
Itchy got impaled while Goblin was putting on the stilts.
Yeah, so originally they were wearing white, but now they're definitely a red shirt.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, a very necessary sacrifice. It's fine. Goblins respawn, as I think Hannah said in chat a little while ago.
How long does it take them?
A couple weeks.
3 days.
I don't think we've got that long.
Oh, sorry, I was talking about IRL couple weeks. Nah, it'll be like a couple days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's okay. You regain your goblins at the start of a session.
How convenient!
How convenient!
Wow. God. Yeah, we'll see. Given
But
that Goblin's
Emerald,
a DM,
we don't know what happened to Emerald. He's probably fine.
Emerald's probably fine. He'll come back at some
Probably,
point.
although people are
Find
searching
out.
for him and his 4 other friends. Wink. Or is the lie that there are actually 6 people, not 5?
Ah!
Who knows?
Mysterious.
Yeah.
I've got 3 minutes before we find out what happened with Unspoken Law. Which
I'm so excited.
I can't.
Me
I
too.
remember the fail condition, and if the fail condition comes up, it's gonna be interesting. I can't remember the
On
pass
a
conditions.
miss, 6 minus redacted escapes.
Right.
Yes.
Do you want me to pin it in my?
Actually, yeah, that'd be
secret
really
channel?
useful if you could pin it in your private channel, so I can.
Can I? Do I have permission to pin it?
Oh, you probably don't. How far up do I have to
I
scroll?
can like reply to it and then you can.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic, please. Brilliant. Oh yeah, you put it in a separate Google Doc. Oh, I have to be careful because if I open it in the wrong browser instance,
Alright, yeah.
it will open directly on stream. It's fine. I'm gonna copy paste the link.
Thrill.
Finbar, I am angry.
Why are you angry?
I have seen the true Unspoken Law.
Oh yes, yes. Oh yes. It's this one. Oh yeah. Yes, this is good. This is good.
With some things that we've discussed, I have a feeling one of the options is going to be interesting, but we'll see.
Why is the text not working?
It's choose. Okay. Yeah, this is good. This will be fun. This will be interesting. We'll find out what happens. I'll make it 1/4 rather than 14 past because numbers are nice.
Numbers are nice.
Numbers are nice. Those are just a true fact about numbers.
Never mean to you. Real life me likes the number 12 because at one point I thought it was the last number.
What you mean? There just was no 13?
Yeah, no.
Do I
Ski
have-
numbers, what?
Do I have to link to that sketch, which is like the Look Around You sketch, which is about numbers. Scientists say that 1 billion is the biggest number, but they think there might be more. It's just absolute gold.
That was 12.
Unironically, my favorite number is also 12 because of I really like the way in a base 12 system the way things work and how 12 is a cool number.
Respectable.
It's a lot more intelligent than my my reasoning.
It divides by 1, obviously, and 2, 3, 4, and 6.
That is very useful.
Though I'm partial to a good 10. Yeah, 10's
A good 10,
10's probably like
as opposed
10
to a
is
bad
like
10.
yeah 10 is like 7 out of 10.
At that point, shall we teleport back into the game because it's 1/4?
Yes.
So, Topaz, you spend one of your spotlight points for this, don't you?
I don't think I do.
Oh no, you don't. God. Oh yeah, because if this goes badly, it goes really badly. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Can I get
Okay.
an Unspoken Law roll, please?
Okay, it's going to be plus clever because that's how her unspoken law works.
Yeah, that's right. You've got plus cover specifically.
A 10.
Okay, on a hit, choose one set of properties. I'll read out the bit that's important here. On a hit,
Okay, yeah.
choose one set of properties you want the object to have from the list. The GM chooses another.
Well, okay, so first things first, what she's doing is she is pulling an obsidian dagger from the rock dimension.
Okay. She's pulling an obsidian dagger from the rock dimension. Cool.
Yeah, I think
I
think she's going to choose the first option.
Okay.
The
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, and so you get to choose another option.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I mean, it's like someone's location. Choose an object. The object's been stolen from a rival. I've got to choose the second one, right? I've got to choose the second one. There's no way I can't choose the second one.
Okay.
A member of your
Okay,
cult is
so-
instantly summoned to the location of the chosen object. The object has been stolen from a rival god.
So like she pulls this blade out of it. It strangely looks like it looks a little bit like the handle is kind of round and like looks like it's maybe meant to like fit in the finger of something like really big.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like this dagger made of obsidian and also yeah. So the other one, but actually we'll see what the other one I chose is. But she's going to, yeah. So I imagine Amethyst also like pops into existence,
Yep.
like very very startled.
Yes, definitely. Like she's not left yet. She's here. She's not disappeared. She's just very much present in the world now.
Yeah, but yeah. So Amethyst like hands this to the goblin, like look at this cool blade, like, and like gives it to them.
At this point, an angry sound is made from the heavens.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Fear.
And that won't be relevant until the last episode. Hooray! Nah, we'll see what happens. Nothing happens right now. The sky makes an angry sound, but you don't get an immediate result per se. But yes, you have summoned this dagger, and you've just Amethyst specifically has handed it to the goblin, right?
Yeah, there's also another fun fact that might be relevant. There are now 2 of these objects that exist in this world.
Yes, that's actually quite important. Yes, yeah, that's really important. Do we have any idea where the other object is? I'm going to say no, right? We have no clue.
Yeah, no, we have no clue.
Wonderful. Okay, so
I'm sure that won't come up.
So you've summoned an obsidian god stolen from a rival, an obsidian dagger stolen from a rival god. The Amethyst just appeared out of nowhere and handed it to the goblin.
Yes.
Goblin is now shaken. Goblin is chaos. We know this, but also this is chaos even for Goblin. Like, this is too much. Like,
And
they're just looking like, what?
Hey, did you know that like obsidian blades are like some of the sharpest blades in existence? Like they can hold edges that are like 3 nanometers thick.
Wow, that's almost as edgy as like my new rogue character. No, I'm not gonna do that. That's great. The goblin is now vibrating at the frequency of fear. The remaining 5 goblins in the tower. This is 5 goblins tall and wearing a trench coat that's now a bit too tall for it, and a suspicious hat that's still the right size. Is also fear.
As there's less goblins, the hat expands. For unrelated
reasons. No.
Storage.
It's not less goblins. It's not a goblin. It's no goblins in that stack. No, never.
That's Sir Gob of Lynn.
Yeah, so Gob of Lynn, the tallest man.
That's so goblin.
Okay. On that note, You've got a feared goblin in front of you. Is there anything you particularly want to do with this, or just like, oh no, there's a goblin?
Well, I mean, Topaz was trying to like, I don't know. It looked like the goblin liked having stuff, so Topaz was trying to give her more stuff, but now more stuff has just confused the goblin.
I mean, I don't think it's the stuff that's confused the goblin. It's the manner of getting that stuff.
Yeah, but yeah. So like you said, like Amethyst like handed them the dagger. It's like oh hey, I'm Amethyst. And then she like remembers that she's not supposed to be seen at this point, and she's going to be like Topaz is great, just like And then she's going to like kind of walk off and also be like, and also like go to Topaz like, oh, I see you're wearing the necklace that I gave you. Okay, bye. And then she leaves. And
Yep. I don't think there's anything else I can add to this scene at this point. There is just a very
Yeah,
scared
no.
goblin. What a lovely day. I mean, actually, I'm sure when Goblin becomes less shaken, he'll actually want to look at the dagger rather than just be slightly confused about the person that popped out of nowhere. That seems like a fair judgment, right?
yeah.
Cool.
Also, yeah. Also, he might be he might be experiencing some side effects from holding the dagger.
Oh my god.
Oh yes, yes.
So maybe she'll forget about the encounter. Just like, oh yeah, dagger.
Yeah. Oh yes, yes. The fish. Yes, yes.
Yeah. But for the audience, the goblin is now experiencing vague visions of the fairly immediate future.
Nobody really understands what Goblin's saying, least of all Goblin.
Yeah.
But yes, Goblin
Sort of
is-
motion Goblin over to Adara. Maybe Z can help them.
Yeah, that's probably sensible. Okay. In which case, we will leave that Topaz scene for now and go to Bill. Bill, you were in the
Bill.
most awkward interaction ever as you and Dante talked.
Bill will look at the writing on his hand. It's a bit smudged. So Dante, you like souping? What's your favorite flavor? Soup.
Is this a flirt role? This is just like a confused question. Just a strained question.
I think it's just a question.
Okay, cool. Dante just looks at you. What? I mean, chili soup, chili soup, spicy as I am. Whoa.
I don't think he Bill will hold his hand out to Dante. What does that one say again? I think it was. Does that say soup?
Ed, your handwriting is not great. I think it says sewing. Yeah, sewing.
Oh yeah, that's what you said. Sewing.
Yeah, sewing. Sewing.
Sewing. So, you like sewing?
You like jazz?
You like rocks?
I mean, no, never. That would be too dainty for me. I'm all about stabbing, not sewing.
Like stabbing with a needle into cloth?
No comment.
Do you want to do some, like, do you want to make some sewing art? I think that'd be fun. We're supposed to do activities, aren't we?
Like, he looks away. Is this like a kind of persuasion kind of role type thing? Trying to persuade him
Yeah,
to
he's
do
like
something?
asked, persuade him to like do some like art.
Yeah, what have we got for I guess it's make good TV. What's the
Yeah.
stat? What do you think the stat is? Because there's no
think-
specific persuasion role on here.
I think this will be like make good TV. I'm like convincing him, oh yeah, let's go and make some good TV to like do that.
Yeah, but
I don't-
what's the stat behind it? Sorry, what stat do you think is?
What stat is that using?
That's a really good.
Confidence? I don't know.
Like, yeah. I'm happy with confidence. If you're happy with confidence, sure. Make good TV. Persuade Dante to do some sewing with you. Oh.
Oh dear.
What happens?
Uh-oh.
I mean,
The audience at home, this is a critical failure.
yes,
Yes.
1 + 1 + 1. Unfortunately, 3 does not help unless there's suddenly a reroll.
You do have spotlight points if you wish to.
Yeah, if you want to reroll with
yes.
spotlight points, you're
That-
welcome
that-
to.
that mechanic
I will
that we've
use
been-
my spotlight point to re-roll that.
Cool. The spotlight whirls round, and annoyingly, it's the one that the cyborg in the corner's working with, and he's kind of just been knocked back by it because he was trying to fix it, but now it's suddenly angrily rotated towards you, and now you're in the spotlight. So try again.
You want to go and do some like sewing and art?
That's slightly better. That's an 8. No, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, yes, we can try it, but it's not like I like it or anything. It's just.
Okay.
Oh God,
So then,
I know what I've just
together we
sounded
can
like.
create art.
Yes, together you can create art. So what? Tell me about this art that you're creating.
I mean, like, what's available in the room?
It's a ballroom. There's like
Curtains?
tablecloths. Oh yeah, there's tablecloths and there's curtains.
Does the curtains have like a was it fringe?
Like, oh, I think I know. Like, there's bits of it fraying that you could use as
string
as thread, or
sew.
I guess it's probably closer to wool at this point. It's quite thick.
But I'm sure we can still use it. And then, like, I don't know, get like what would make a sharp object which could make a sewing needle?
Why don't
Octavia's teeth.
his teeth?
Does the devil have like claws?
Oh, horns! He can use his horns.
I mean, do you wanna try to figure out the situation?
Yeah, let's figure it out. Let's figure out the situation to
Go for it.
find materials. So that's creativity.
It's
No,
clever.
was it clever?
Clever to figure out a situation. You're not creating art yet. You're trying to figure something out.
9.
Okay, so that's one success. That's a weak success. You can choose one of the 5 questions listed in the book. Book is a strong word.
Yeah. What's being overlooked here?
In Dante's pocket are some, in air quotes, daggers.
Oh.
That's the
Okay.
only reason my flirt failed.
Not just because of your terrible roll.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
what roll?
yeah,
What?
well-
People are rolling?
Yeah, on the
Yeah,
floor.
so we can like
laughing.
use that and so basically use like the thread from fraying curtains and some like tablecloths and his quote unquote daggers to sew together a nice suit to wear for Dante.
Okay. This is definitely creating art. Like, there's no doubt about this. Like, I assume you go to
How
Dante.
does this work with Dante helping?
I'll give you a bonus effect if you at least hit, because you get 2 of the following effects on a hit. I'll make it 3, and you get 2 on the weak hit.
Okay. Well, let's hope this works. Let's create some art.
Create. Oh,
That's 11.
yeah. Okay, cool. You get all 3 of the effects. So, what do you create? Explain it to everyone. What's the beautiful thing that you create using fraying curtains and daggers?
Well, it's like we get some like nice white tablecloths, and we like kind of start sewing them together. We like get some like other like napkins to like make the like undergarment. And because the tablecloths probably have like a nice pattern on them, we use that to like go over it. So it's lined as well, and it's just like a nice like 2-piece like snazzy suit. It's got like just like it's sewn together so you can kind of like see some of the visible threads, just kind of add like a bit of accent to make it look more rustic. And yeah, it's a really nice and fancy suit.
So you do this. It turns out Dante's daggers are very, very apt as knitting needles. Very, very apt, right down to the little knob at the end that shows what size of knitting needle it is, despite the fact they are definitely daggers. Definitely. Absolutely daggers. And together you make exactly what you described. In fact, everyone, like, stops and looks at this lovely new suit. It's exactly as intended, and there's no extra cost to it. You use exactly the stuff that you mentioned to create this amazing, perfect suit. And Dante looks on and goes, "That was pretty great, actually. That was really fun. Thank you. I do enjoy sewing. But I'm still macho. Roar! General angry noises. I don't know. Steps on a napkin or something to be particularly macho for a bit. And for free, you gain a ROM with Dante.
Hey.
After a beautiful, beautiful suit.
It's a very nice suit.
Very
Does
nice.
Dante wear it?
Yeah, of course Dante wears it. Like, he's still like essentially topless. Like, he's still got like some of his chest out, but like he's still wearing the suit on top because it's a jacket. I assume you made a suit jacket, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So he's still wearing that, and it's just like, he doesn't have any undershirt, but he's still wearing that.
It's good.
Good.
That looks good on you. Well done. We did good.
Well done. Well done, Dante. Well done. Don't say that. Okay, cool. In which case, we'll rotate around to Evie and Octavia. What is happening in your world? And Adara's there too. He's still there.
Yes, one of the bachelors that you're supposed to be flirting with is also there.
Well, the dice have made their decision, apparently.
Yeah, they have. No kidding.
I think, from what I remember us talking about, I've probably been, whilst the other stuff has been happening, Octavia's been talking about the Scottish play.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you've been explaining the Scottish play and the Blood Lady. Bloody lady.
No. I guess that's out.
And one remembers there was this part where the leading actor came out onto the stage and started reciting to themselves. It was a wonderful monologue. One believes one can find such a performance now, forgive me if it's not the right term, on the web? And rather than seeing it in a theatre.
Adara...
You can see it in a theatre, but... Sorry, go on.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You first.
It's not that the theatres have stopped. I mean, the cast members might not be the same as the ones you saw before. It's just a hunch. But,
Well,
yeah, there are ones on the web, but again, the ones that you saw, you might never be able to see again, sadly.
well, the actor for King Duncan was quite poor. Tis a shame, yet art is a wonderful thing, and to each their own ideas of what to interpret from art.
Is the Scottish play your favourite? Have you seen many more?
Well, Sir William made a lot of plays.
Mm.
I didn't get to see many. I was Octavia looks down a bit. I was busy for the prime of Sir William, I believe.
I see. Have you seen much media about vampires, Octavia? Do you engage with that? Are you defensive?
vampire circles tend to be fairly self-obsessed.
See.
One has witnessed the novel Dracula. One has witnessed a show which got everything wrong.
Have you seen Twilight, Octavia?
I believe so. Is that the one which has the...
An interesting case study into vampire-werewolf relations.
Well, it's the one... Correct me if oneself is wrong. It is the one in which vampires glitter in daylight.
Yes. I know that I haven't seen you glitter, personally, but I would like to check. Can you glitter, Octavia?
Oh God. Oh God.
Okay, fuck it, I'll try a flare. One can try for you.
Yeah, that's a charm roll if I ever heard one. Go for it.
I'm so sorry to Adara, who is like just
Adara's just,
witnessing whatever this is.
Adara will have a witty response at the end, I'm sure. Or at least just a slightly confused response. Oh.
Crit! Let's go!
Natural 12 -1. Both your ROMs go up.
Yes!
What the shit?
Let's fucking go!
We have somehow managed to outdo Valerie and
oh God. I know what Ares' character's name was, but I can't remember. Oh, I can check because it's in this Roll20 instance. Eris.
yeah, we've managed to outdo Valerie and Eris, and this is just the first session.
So, for context, for people in the chat who can't see the full screen of the rolls, in our flirting with each other, we have had 2 crits.
Yep. Yep. God. Meanwhile, Adara's just there and Z's looking on. I don't. At this point, Adara's okay. Adara's so confused that actually Z's gonna use a move.
Uh-oh.
No, it's not an uh-oh. It's it's time to phone a friend.
A friend.
Where is Sphinx? Lost it.
Right, I need to remind myself of the stat I'm rolling. Clever. Roll 2d6 plus 2. Okay, that's a success. Oh wait, I have to tell myself an answer. Okay, cool. It's fine. We can work this out. First of all, I have to put on that's a goblin. Oh my God. I have to put on the Adara phones music because I have that prepared.
Ooh.
It's literally just the Adara theme, but in reverse, and it sounds alright.
Need to get Groovy back in here.
Adara queries the universe to try and understand what the fuck she just listened to. Or Z just listened to. The universe responds. Dear. Oh, bless Adara, you're such a little sphinx. Look, don't worry about it. They're just talking about some media you haven't watched yet. So please just don't think about it. Just ask them what the film is, rather than just ask them what it's about. Just make conversation with them. Like, don't Don't worry, dear. You'll be fine. I know you're a bit nervous about going on the show, but it'll be okay. Look, I love you, and the universe is watching. So just yeah, it's okay. And then Adara puts the phone down.
So, if I may, just as Adara puts the phone down, she just hears, "For one to be frank, Nosferatu is quite offensive."
Like Z tunes back into the conversation, and it's just like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm not very up to date with new culture. Could you explain what Twilight? What sparkling?
It was quite a novel concept to one as well. They have crafted machines that project light onto a surface and move the light to make shapes. And they are able to capture sights into these shapes and portray them. It is fascinating.
Interesting.
This, it communicates a story. It's like a book, but like a play. More like a play. Although this was a book. I read it when I was younger. I was Team Jacob.
What's Team Jacob? Who's?
I'll get to that. So a film.
Yes.
I think we should start with the concept of films rather than Team Jacob.
Of course. Yes. Go on.
Have you seen a play?
I'm aware of. I'm aware of performances. Yes.
It's okay. Someone has captured performance, almost like a set of moving images. It's the same one every time.
Okay.
So you can sit and watch this performance, like they're doing it for you. And depicted in this performance, which is slightly insensitive vampire media, it depicts a young woman with fairly little agency, dating a vampire who sparkles in the sunlight. She also really likes a werewolf who is objectively more attractive and less of a douchebag.
I see. Thank you for explaining with me, and
Does that count as a flirt or what?
oh, you can make it. Oh yeah, why not make it a clever flirt? Because you're explaining it in a sensitive and kind way. Because like Z's genuinely lost, and all that the universe had to say was, "Don't worry about it. Just ask them."
You'll be right.
You've also got a
Universe,
+2
am I
on
right?
Get a load
Yeah,
of
you've got the
universe.
+2 on this because of your earlier attempt.
Oh yes,
So
I do.
you just get a fully successful flirt.
Yeah.
Thank you. That really reassured me. I'm slightly bewildered by this media still, but
I can show you sometime.
that would be great. Thank you.
Did try to type Adara into my phone and it autocorrected to acetate.
Acetate. Lovely. What is acetate? No, we're not going to do that.
Oh no.
It just like this becomes Evie explains concepts to Adara, who knows like how the universe works, but not what the hell like Twilight is. So, to quote the rule book, love is a riddle, which is really fucking convenient right about now. Thank you, Sphinx class. Shall we go on to Bill? Oh wait, no. I can't
Topaz
remember how I've been
next,
doing Topaz. Yeah, that's how I've been doing the circle. Topaz, you have a slightly scared goblin in front of you, who is also called Goblin and has some friends that are goblins. No, sorry, Tower. Yes.
All right. So step one,
Step 1.
calm down the goblin.
Okay.
It's like
Yeah.
hey, what? you're all right. You seem shaken. Are you okay?
You
Oh,
seem shaken. Naming the system. Hey. Are you trying to work out? Are you trying to understand Goblin, or are you just trying to like blindly reassure them?
I'm trying to blindly reassure Goblin.
Okay, cool. So that's just straight to make good TV, as opposed to like trying to figure
Well,
something out.
well, it's kind of, yeah, okay. We can make good TV here, and then maybe if the Goblin calms down, then we can start flirting again.
Oh, I see. Were you trying to? Okay, okay, yes, yes.
What is this? Like,
Uh, charm,
Okay, we can do.
because
We can,
like
well, I mean, charm is interesting, but
I think charm's. Oh no,
can I spend the spotlight point?
the spotlight whirs round and focuses on you as you try again. Oh my god. Okay, cool. You got an 11. That's a huge. That is definitely a success. Like, So what do you say? Sorry, is it just a general like?
It's like it's just like you're right, and like tried to like I get within like Goblin's vicinity and make them feel her presence,
Just
like as a
sit on them. That whole bait presence felt extremely heavy
Like,
rock person.
yeah, no.
Ah.
She's trying to be as warm as she can as being a rock person who is stone cold.
In which case, like, Goblin stops staring into space, like, because they've seen visions of the future. That's what the dagger does, as you said. But he stops staring into space and just goes, ah, vibrating at fear frequency still, but like starting to slow down a little. What happened? What? That was.
Oh, you seem to like edgy stuff, so I thought I'd bring you the obsidian dagger, which is the most edgiest of edge things.
That was
Bit-
amazing. I'm gonna
Yeah.
use this for so much chaos.
Good. I'm glad you liked it.
I'm gonna set
And,
fire
you
to
know,
so many things with the knowledge that like I won't get told off in the near future.
Excellent. Great. Like maybe if you wanted someone to maybe like I don't know set fire to stuff with that would I like fire. Like I mean rocks are normally better. But I do you get like the flint and steel out and you like that's a pretty cool way to start a fire. Can I make this flirt roll, please?
Yeah, go for it. I've no idea what stat this is. Charm?
Okay, cool.
It's not
We'll
clever.
go with charm.
It's not clever, that's for certain.
I'll accept that in this state, Topaz might not be the best. Yeah.
So that was a critical fail for everyone at home.
Yep.
That's fine. That's fine. We can deal with this. Okay, I know what happened. So the ROM goes down by 1. This is just a natural effect. Sad times. Goblin looks at you first with like, sort of, oh my god, someone to make fire with me, and then a sudden snap of, but if you come with me, I might get caught, and I don't want to get caught. Like, I've got to do it myself. I've got to set it 5 things to no. I can't join you on this. No, this is ridiculous. And then runs off. And then at that point, just to make things further worse, using the GM move, I can't remember what it's called, but it may as well just be called Make Things Worse. A loud alarm sounds. Intruder alert. Stowaways
No.
detected.
It
what
makes a
kind
note on her sheet of like that seems to be true.
of,
5
what kind?
stowaways detected.
How loud is the alarm? And like, how sudden is it?
Almost immediate, and like it's sort of fire alarm loudness, but maybe a little
Can
bit
I,
quieter than that.
Can I elect for Octavia to become shaken just by the alarm?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Doesn't like loud noises.
Oh yeah, that's perfect then. In which case, she's shaken by the alarm. That's a good bit of storytelling. So I don't know how Topaz reacts to this. I assume it's just the, oh no.
So
Oh
Yeah.
bother.
yeah, so transparency at this point. Like Topaz did not know that her cultists were on the ship in the first place,
Now you
and
do.
now
I've just seen 2 of them.
and now she wasn't expecting emeralds to be there, and then Amethyst materializes, like, to present the dagger that she pulled out of the rock dimension, and like she is very like, oh dear, oh no, what have I done?
Do you mean that as a lie then?
I think you're shaken as well out of this, just to
Yeah.
confirm.
She meant it as a lie, but now it has turned out to be the truth, and she doesn't know what to think at this point.
All right, let's go to Bill. Bill, you've just heard a very loud alarm that says intruder alert. But you did make a nice suit with Dante, so like, good stuff, good stuff.
Yeah. As Bill's kind of standing there, like his engine starts to growl a bit because like some of the olive oil starts to like get in there and gunk it up a bit.
Oh no.
Oh. He turns around. Where Goblin ran away from? Did they leave behind a can of gasoline?
I'm gonna say yeah. I think that's funny. Yeah, there is a single can of gasoline, like a small one. Like it's disguised as as like a Coke can, but it's actually petrol.
He's gonna turn to Dante and be like, "Can you distract Dante? Hey Dante, can you distract Dante? Can you distract Goblin for a second? I need to get some fuel." And he starts to like cough up a bit of smoke because like engines can run on olive oil, but they're not very good.
Okay.
But Bill smells amazing.
Bill smells like a floral Italian garden.
Oh god. So Dante looks at you and goes, "Yeah, go on. We did some sewing together. It was good. I think I can offer you this." And uses, I've got to find the name, repaid in quotes debt, spending 1 of 2 spotlight points. Which reads, spend spotlight points to name a non-player, non-important character. You may make them up and an errand for them to run. The character appears out of nowhere and runs said errand. The character will do it to the best of their ability.
One of the goblins.
Is it gonna be one of the cultists?
No. I'm going to make up a character because it's obviously going to be Edward Steelsworth.
Yeah.
My favourite character, Edward Steelsworth, who's going to go and casually steal some petrol and then bring it back in a fairly stealthy manner. Not that stealthy because he's Steelsworth, not Stealthsworth. But you have been delivered unto you by Edward Steelsworth some petrol, and then he disappears.
Yay.
Thanks, Edward.
What flavour is it?
Petrol flavoured.
A flavor. Oh.
Pie flavour.
It's unleaded.
Oh.
Oh, unleaded. Oh, that's good. It's better for the environment, though. It doesn't taste quite as sweet. The leaded is quite sweet.
The can is like vanilla Coke though.
What flavours the can of Coke? It's just a normal Coke can. It's one of the ones with a name on it. The name is like Steve.
Steve. Okay, he's gonna drink the can.
Cool. You've drunk the petrol. You are. Are you still coughing up smoke, or I assume you're still coughing up smoke, but you're now back
Slightly
on like actual...
between like chug 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 chug.
You're right there, Bill.
Sorry, it's just that I can run on the oil, but it can smoke point's a bit too high.
Need to get Bill like a robot ready.
They There's a manufacturer that makes like Coke cans for oil, and all of them have names on them, and all of the names are Bill.
Every name is Bill. Everyone is Bill.
Every cyborg is Bill.
Bill Cyborg.
Yeah,
Bill Cyborg.
Bill Cyborg. Amazing. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else you want to do with Dante? Like Dante's just generally looking at you as you down this actual petrol and try to not sort of die.
He's gonna like do kind of. He's gonna attempt to do some like clever flirting with Dan to talk about different fuel types. Like, yeah, well, you see, my engine is a petrol engine, so it can run on like gasoline and that. It can also run a bit on diesel, although smoke points, flash points, a bit too high for diesel. So sometimes it can really like it can be caused, but it normally can like drain it out. But like if I was a diesel engine and I was to drink petrol, that would just totally ruin it. I mean, my engine could explode, and that would be just like that'd be a lot to clean up.
Like
And I
Dante's
don't
reaction
exactly know
to
how
the
that would
word
work.
explode is just like, oh, explode. Oh, drama, chaos. But yeah, if you want to make a flirt roll on that, I assume that'd be clever. Oh, come on, roll 20.
13.
Oh my god!
Hey.
Yeah, you absolutely nailed it. You get a run with Dante. Dante's just nodding along and trying to think of like the stuff that he could do with the right kind of petrol now that he's got this expertise.
He knows that if he puts petrol in a diesel engine, it can like really mess it up.
To the point where he's considering now that when he gets home, he could put some petrol in a diesel engine just to watch it blow up. Maybe
Him and
that's a
Goblin
date
might get
idea.
along.
The date. Quick question. What kind of fuel does this cruise ship use?
You don't know because it's in the bottom floor of the cruise ship, a place you have never been.
The floor where the VIP bedrooms are.
Oh no, lower than that. The map doesn't have all of the map has all of the like floors that you actually care about from a cruise ship exploring perspective.
The floor.
What if we want to visit the engine room?
Then we'll talk about that in future. Maybe that can be your date tonight if you win.
Oh yeah, we can put petrol in the diesel engine for this ship and watch it explode.
How romantic.
How romantic, it just blows up in port. And then next episode is the identical cruise ship that we got via insurance.
Yeah.
God, I thought I'd have to blow up the ship near the end, but apparently I get to burn it. No, Lils, do not help. No.
Once it's on the dock.
No. God. Okay, cool. Let's go around to Evie and Octavia, who are having an interesting time. Octavia's having a bad time because of the alarm, and Evie's here.
With the alarm disturbing me, can I make a prepare action to try and calm myself down?
Yeah, that seems fair. Like, normally prepare is for just boosting dice rolls, but given that, like, I can imagine that would be the same sort of thing, so yeah.
Yeah, so... And the shaken applies to this, correct? So
yeah, that's right. You're shaking off the shaken by trying to prepare for your next thing. So what stat are you using? Because that's relevant.
Considering the experiences of Octavia, I think to calm herself down, she'd be using clever to remember what she's like learned from people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go for it.
So that goes to net 0.
If it's plus 2 minus 2, then
minus
yeah.
2. Yeah. No. Yes, that's it.
Drum roll, please.
5.
You are not prepared. You have shaken the shaken, but you are like, oh god, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, stream. I can't remember what the fail condition is on that. If there is a.
So it's just on a weak hit. On a weak hit, you get only by 1.
Okay.
On 6 minus.
There's no fail condition, so I can just make things worse instead, which sounds good.
Yay.
How can I make things worse? What should I do? You're not ready for this. You're not ready to do the truth or lies bit at all, are you? Or you're like a little bit ready.
In terms of the other, out of character, I've got the thing ready, but in character is whatever happens.
Oh no, it's more like ready because in the sense of you actually have an idea of what's true and what's a lie.
Okay.
Like you don't seem to have got a lot of information, which I think the simple answer to this is we'll start the truth at that point. Freya walks back into the room and goes, "You've had a chat right now, everyone. I think it's time for you to. I think it's time to actually find out if you know what's true and what's a lie. I think. So if you all come round, we'll go and do this. We'll do this final bit for real, shall we?" And she gathers.
Topaz like turns to Freya, and like, she's not very verbal at the moment, but she's kind of like trying to indicate the fact that the goblin just walked off.
We'll get the goblin back. Oh, I see, Topaz. We'll get the goblin back later. I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure. So everyone gets into a circle with a grand with. There's notably 7 of you instead of 8, because of a lack of goblin. And Freya goes, "Wonderful. I guess it's time for revealing the remainders of your final statement. So we'll start with Dante again, and we'll see what his extra statement is." So Dante stands up again. "So I said that I loved sewing, and I said that I clipped my horn in a fight. And my third fact is that, in fact, my dad is the current king of hell." So take from that you want. Then Adara stands up and goes, "Okay, so I'm scared of spontaneity, as I said. I'm a keen businesswoman. And the final fact is that friend that I phone, that's my mum." Right on cue at that point, the loud sound from before, which I can't be bothered to play again, of Goblin re-entering the room dramatically, sunglasses on, deliberately not looking at Topaz, walks back into the circle and says, "So I set fire to a nursery. I set fire to a university on my own, no doubt, specifically alone," staring directly at Topaz during that statement. "But also, I set fire to a shopping centre. That's my third statement." And now we'll go through the rest of the players who get to reveal their third statements, and everyone can gasp and try and see if they've worked something out. So we'll start with Evie this time.
Gosh, it being first. What I said the first time was that my first familiar was a camel, and that I was interviewed for local news after trying to debate. My third fact is that purple is my natural hair colour.
Ooh.
With that, what you will.
And then we'll go to Bill.
My third. Oh well, my first fact was I like the film Christine. Second was I made a trip on stolen McDonald's fry oil, and my third fact is that if I was a bird, I would be a toucan.
Of course.
Objectively.
Thank you, Bill. Freya looks mildly confused, given there seems to be nothing said about this. Cool. And now, Octavia, you seem a bit shaken, but I do need your third fact.
One's deepest apologies. My first one's first statement was that one had been legally declared deceased. One's second statement was I had witnessed the prime viewing of the Scottish play. My one's third statement shall be in the times I have consumed that which sustains oneself, one has discovered one's favorite to be O positive. One's apologies, O negative.
I see.
One finds it to possess the most exquisite flavor.
I see. And finally, Topaz, despite your run-in with one of our contestants, what's your final fact?
Topaz is fully in like calculating mode. And she's like, okay. So the first fact was I was in a millennia-long game of rock paper scissors. That was the first fact. The second fact was there were 5 stowaways in the ship. And then she like looks around, clearly not expecting the turn of events that just happened, and she just blurts out like, a third fact is, I need to breathe to live. She just shakes her head.
Breathe or you say breathe?
Breathe.
Yeah.
I've pasted in the Discord that we're sharing the facts of Goblin, Adara, and Dante, given they're the ones that are slightly more important, I guess. I think we'll see. And in which case, okay, we have a collection of facts then. That's wonderful news. I really hope I've kept my paste bin open, because in which case, oh god, I've accidentally added some stars. Oh my god. It's thinking time, so I will give you a moment to think, and we'll have some music play in the background.
Yes.
So, welcome to the quiz. It's lovely to have you all here. And it's time for your first question. The first question is, of course, here is Goblin. Goblin's lovely, despite, the run-in that he may have had with one of our contestants, but that's okay. So I would like you all to decide whether setting fire to the nursery, the university, or the shopping centre is false. So we'll go round very quickly. Bill, what do you think? And then like a quiz noise of done goes on as the spotlight moves to you.
Bill just quickly goes down and like on his radio there's probably a random number generator. He just generates a random number. 17 pops up and he's like, the shopping centre.
Okay, shopping centre. Next, we'll have Evie. What do you think was Goblin's lie? I'm not going to leave the trap because otherwise we'll be here for days.
Evie probably follows like the fantasy equivalent of like the tab pages. She's been a student for a while and has not seen anything about universities burning. So she's like, university option.
Okay. Next.
Lie.
Octavia.
Octavia probably follows the logic of burning down a university would probably be a much bigger event than what would probably be able to get away with. Because, as her understanding, she's gone around and seen universities that she saw a long time ago still around. She thinks they're all really old. So she's going to say that's a lie.
Okay, uni. And then finally, Topaz.
Topaz, having stalked this person, it's like, since she would have thought that she would have found something like with relating to the university, and she's not thinking straight anyway, so she has no time to consider the other one. She's like, university.
Cool. And then we go round to round 2. Ba-bam! Adara. And we'll go in the reverse order this time. So Topaz, which of Adara's statements do you think is a lie?
Adara's.
Yes.
And she kind of looks at Adara like she hasn't like really seen much of.
You haven't actually
Adara.
met her really.
Like,
Zia really.
So Adara's like wearing fancy clothes, right?
Yeah.
looks like a businesswoman.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Wait, no, it's the one that's a lie.
Yeah.
It's the one that's a lie.
Yeah, so you still need to decide on a lie. Yes, that's correct.
That was our character. That was me doing so well.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm gonna say she looks like a person who likes some spontaneity.
Okay, so you're gonna say
Let's
the fear.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't spell spontaneity despite the fact it's literally written in front of me. In which case, Octavia. Boom! What do you think is Adara's lie?
So, in speaking to them, the spontaneity thing seems to be true. I wouldn't have heard anything about the mum.
Mm-hmm.
I probably also didn't know what business means.
You're thinking business? Or
So yes, I think.
Okay, I'll put that.
Because on a more meta level, because if you're a good business person, you probably don't need to go into a dating show for money.
I mean, that's fair enough. Evie, what are you thinking?
So in my conversation,
Damn.
I ascertained that there was fear, the concept of the bird being big. I'm thinking it's not spontaneity. I'm also thinking if the person you're talking to is your mum, right? Seems like looking at the universe, and if your mum is the universe, then you've got to have the money for like expensive like gigs, and you don't have to have a business. I'm thinking the business is the lie.
Okay. And then, Bill, what are you thinking?
Bill presses his random number generator again. This time it came up with a 16. So Bill chooses friend his mum.
Okay. And then finally, dun. It's time for round 3. Oh wait, we have to do all of the play rounds as well. We'll make them quick. I'm sure that'll be fine. Dante said some things. Bill, what do you think is the lie? Cameras swivel, spotlight down, etc., etc.
Okay. This one. Dante does. Bill has been speaking with Dante, so he knows he does like sewing
Yes.
because they sewed together.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't too sure about the other two because they only really did sewing. Although it does seem like he didn't seem like someone who would like very easily fight someone. So he's gonna say the horn was chipped in a fight is a lie.
Okay. Evie. Bam.
He's probably seen the suit from across the hall and has reasoned, okay, the sewing is probably real. This isn't celebrity monsters on a cruise ship, so probably unlikely for him to be son of the king. And also, while she reckons he could have chipped the horn in a fight, but she doesn't think that he would have won that fight. So she would go for the loss of the horn in a fight.
Okay. Octavia.
So, as Bill and Dante got it was a 12 or something, they got art is unignorable, so I did see it.
Yes, that's right.
So I'm going to write off that. So the sewing's true.
Mm-hmm.
And from my first like speaking with him, came across like he was maybe putting up a bit of a show. So I'll say the fight is a lie.
Okay. And then finally, Topaz. Ba-boom! You're currently muted. Topaz.
I was muted.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like, Yeah, Topaz looks at he's got like some spears and stuff. He seems scary. He's probably not into sewing. Like he's not into sewing.
So you're going with sewing.
Yep.
Cool. Right, I don't know how you want to do the remaining 4. I guess we just do a quick fire round of the remaining 4.
Yeah.
Cool. In which case, welcome to the quick fire round. Like the music gets more pumped. I don't have any like Mario Kart music recorded yet, so you can pretend it's the final lap of a Mario Kart track.
It's just Metal Crusher, but faster.
Yeah.
It's the Tetris 99 music, but it's gone faster.
It's just the when you're like one of the last 10 people. The flight of the bumblebee.
Isn't that like
yeah, so
The Bee song?
yeah, it's Flight of the Bumblebee is the song that plays in the last 10 of Tetris 99.
I'm always concentrating too hard to notice.
I used it last year because Anna was like, I will never play Flight of the Bumblebee on kazoo, so I requested the final music from Tetris 99 instead.
Big brain.
Big brain. So we'll go through the remaining contestants, and everyone will give their opinions on which of the lie. So we will start with Bill. Please remind us very quickly of your statements.
My statements were: my favourite film is Christine. I once made a journey from London to Kenilworth powered only on stolen McDonald's fry oil, and if I was a bird, I would be a toucan.
So is it Bill's mystery film? Is it Bill's difficult oil journey? Or can Bill be a toucan? We'll start with Evie. What are your thoughts?
I've never heard of Christine, but I'm just going to assume that people know more about films than I do. I've seen him chug some oil. Makes me think that they've actually made that journey, so I'm going to go with the toucan.
Okay.
Because they don't have the colour scheme of the toucan. I assume that it has some kind of aesthetic control over their body.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Octavia, what are your thoughts?
From what little I've spoken to them, definitely a toucan.
Cool. I realise, wait, that's not the lie. Yeah, that's not what you're saying, yes.
Of the two there, I would guess probably... Well, Bill introduced that film as being a film where the car kills people.
Yes.
And Bill seems nice and they don't want to kill people, so I'll say that... Wait, no, it's not what I've written. No, wait. And therefore, they liked the film because... But I'm putting the Kenilworth thing. McDonald's, that's
Cool.
the lie.
Yep, oil, got it. Next, Topaz, thoughts?
This person probably isn't a toucan. That's about the extent of thoughts.
Great. Does that translate into a lie or nah?
Yeah, the toucan one is a lie.
Cool.
That's what Topaz thinks.
Cool. Next, Evie. Very briefly, what are your three statements?
First familiar was a camel. I was interviewed for the local news, and purple is my natural hair colour.
Camel, news, and purple. Amazing. Bill, what are your thoughts on those 3 words that I just said?
I don't think you would debate as lie.
Debate. Okay, the news is a lie. Cool. Octavia.
I think the camel's a lie.
Camel's a lie. I've just put camera, which is pretty close to camel. And then Topaz.
So, Topaz has a little bit of experience with hair dye, and doesn't think her purple is natural.
Ooh. Okay, so we've got all different answers.
Split.
Yeah.
Okay, next, Octavia, please remind us of your 3 statements.
That I was legally dead, that I watched the first showing of the Scottish play, and that my favourite blood type is O negative.
Okay, Bill.
I don't think O negative is very flavourful. O negative is the lie.
Says Bill, notable haver of no blood, or very little blood.
Hey, I've got hydraulic fluid.
Ain't blood, mate. Moving on, Evie.
Originally, I was like, she stumbled when talking about her favourite blood, so it's probably the blood. But then I also thought she does really like the Scottish play, but so maybe she's just projecting, like wishing she'd been to the first showing. But I'm gonna stick with the blood.
Cool. O minus. Topaz.
I mean, Topaz doesn't even know what O negative means, so that sounds like it's a lie. The O negative is a lie, obviously.
Cool. And then next, Topaz, please remind us of your 3 statements.
It was until recently I was in the multi-millennia long game of rock paper scissors.
RPS. Yep.
Yep. There are 5 humans currently on board this cruise ship that are stowed away.
Stowaways! Exclamation mark.
And I need to breathe to live.
Okay, so our rock person has proposed these 3 statements. We'll start with Bill.
Bill doesn't think he's seen Topaz breathe yet, so he thinks you don't need to breathe to live.
Next, Evie.
I would have gone with the multi-millennia rock, paper, scissors, but seeing the panicked reaction of saying I need to breathe, I think I'm going to go with that.
And finally, Octavia.
A voice from beyond the different timeline calls to me of a skeleton of House de Moi to tell me that Topaz does not in fact need to breathe.
For reference for James and the audience, in session 0, there was a skeleton called Training Dummy. Oh, sorry, Sir Train de Moi.
My boy Trev.
And Trev, all the same person, and it involved an incident involving Topaz being underwater.
Yeah, for long periods of time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. From the top, we'll start with our bachelors. Goblin. Which of them was the lie? Well, I don't know what a university is.
Yes.
Oh.
And I wanted a discount, so I set fire to the shopping centre. And, I just set fire to the nursery because I could. So the lie is university. Evie, Octavia, and Topaz all get a point.
Bing, bing, bing.
Yeah.
Adara. Well, it turns out, it is my mum. She was really reassuring earlier, but, yeah. And I'm very scared of spontaneity. I like predicting things and then following the predictions rather than, just hoping for stuff and seeing what happens. That's scary. So the simple answer, so the lie was being a businesswoman. So Evie and Octavia get a point. And then Dante.
Topaz is kicking herself.
Sitting there with no points, just happy to be there.
Oh, whoa.
It's fine, it'll change. And
Still
Dante's like, right, so. Yeah, I like sewing. I hope my dad's not watching. Oh god. Yeah, I like sewing, and my dad is the king of hell. I didn't get the clip torn in a fight. I got it because of a sewing accident. Just like my dad's watching this, and I need to act macho. So, clip. It wasn't in a fight. It was in 2 fights. Took 2 fights. That's why it's different. So Bill, Evie, and Octavia all get points for the fight. Log with Goblin and Adair in a room to see what happens. No, I will not hurt them this way. And now we'll get to the player ones. So, Bill, would you like to tell us which of these is a lie?
I would not be a toucan. I'd be a sun conure.
Of course, Evie and Topaz both get the point.
Yeah.
Next, Evie. Which of yours was a lie?
My first familiar was not a camel.
Oh.
Instead happened to my younger brother.
What?
It was a logistical nightmare.
Freya's just looking on like, what? I can barely get my luggage onto a plane, let alone a blooming camel.
I had to take a boat instead.
Octavia gets the point. Now, Octavia, which one's the lie from you?
Well, I had to get my legal documents somewhere, and I couldn't get them if one was dead. That's the lie. I've seen the first chunk of Beth, and my favourite blood type is O negative.
Nobody gets any points because everyone gets O negative.
My perfect streak.
And then Topaz. Go on. I think we all know the answer, but it's nice hearing it from you.
So I'm gonna be real. I did not expect my cult to have followed me here.
The alarm starts sounding again as soon as you say that. Freya's back on the walkie-talkie like, fuck! Go! Get them!
But apparently they have. But I had a little bit of a tussle with well, it was kind of me. It was me as a part of the one who constructs the mountains, the major earth elemental. Had a little bit of a multi-millennia tussle with the one who wields the twin blades and the one who bears the parchment. And this is what the modern game of rock paper scissors is based on. So the lie was that I need to breathe to live. I'm a rock person. What would I need oxygen for?
Everyone gets the point. Freya's just looking there like,
got me.
You were a fool.
Topaz just nods.
Okay, so now I need to total up the scores. Oh god, I have to do maths. Give me a minute. So 1-3-3-1 from round 1.
Evie is distraught that
Plus.
she's missed even 1 point.
1,
Oh, and it was your best friend's point.
2,
Yes.
1.
A shame.
Wait, is that a tie?
I think if I've done my maths right, I think it is.
It's a tie between Evie and Octavia.
Well,
Well, they're going to be
Whoa.
choosing each other, though, aren't
Yeah,
they?
they are. It's not really that difficult. So, as the winners, you get to choose who you go with in the evening.
Madam Ainsworth, and I hold up my hand.
Yeah. Yes, Octavia. Sort of.
Would you join me?
So, where would you like to?
Where are you proposing to go?
Yeah, I was about to say that's the important question. I've just zoomed out on the map so you can see the full
Well,
thing.
We could go to the cinema and maybe see
That was exactly
Double
what I was thinking.
a double feature, Macbeth and then Twilight.
Could be. Will. Let's go to the theatre.
Okay, I'm going to assume that you two go to the theatre then, and I'll drag you over there, and we will briefly roleplay that at the end, just because I'm aware of time. And then it's just... So at this point, it's just Bill, Topaz, and the 3 remaining... and all 3 of the bachelors, like, well, what now?
Oh god, one of the bachelors is going to clap behind.
Well, no, you could just take all of them. Take them for a party or something.
Hey,
Freya's just like, look, I've let the winners do their thing, even though I'm not really sure. I don't understand. Like, I've fulfilled my obligation. You do whatever. I'll see. Yeah, just do something. It's fine.
hey, do you guys think the gold room has any pretty rocks in it?
I don't know, but hey, Dante, do you want to go blow up the engine? Is that an excited or a...
That's an in character
Is it excited or is it
No,
apprehensive?
it is very concerned.
Dad might think it might be macho. Maybe.
Fuck's sake.
He'll laugh at Phil will laugh it off like, I'm kidding. Pretend like
is Bill
everything is
kidding?
cool. That was a total joke.
Is Bill kidding? Can
He
I?
wasn't originally, but
Oh,
this is now he's pretending it's a joke.
Okay, cool. So what are you thinking then? Are you gonna go with Dante somewhere?
Yeah. That's sweet.
Where do you want to go?
The the bake off tent. Do some baking.
Okay. There you are. Whoop. And what's Topaz doing?
Topaz is going to look at this person who she's actively like annoyed, and this other person who she hasn't talked to at all.
Living the dream right there. But it's only the first episode. You've got a chance.
Think she's going to just be like, I'm gonna see if there are any pretty rocks in the gold room if you guys want. And she's going to like go and like see if people follow her. And if they don't, then I'm sure someone might pop up and talk to Topaz.
You go to the gold room. That's number 7. There it is. You're slightly in the doorway of the gold room because I had to make the tokens bigger to have any chance of rendering them. We'll see if the bachelors follow you. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll start with the bake-off tent. We'll start with the bake-off tent. What are you baking?
Well, Bill doesn't really ever eat, so he doesn't really know any recipes. So he's just kind of throwing ingredients together and just hoping to get something.
Is this making
art? He's probably also going to accidentally mix some like gasoline into it. Let's call it art.
I don't think you should cook that. I hope it's like a non-bake.
We'll see what happens. I think we could do some interesting stuff with this. Okay, can I get a create art roll?
That's creativity, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh no.
Can I use? Wait a second. Let me look.
Have you got a spotlight
what
point
is
left?
create art? Yes.
Okay.
Can I use it to give myself a hobby?
Oh, yeah, alright. It seems a bit cheeky to do it just after you've rolled, but go on, explain. What is this hobby and how have you acquired it?
Okay, so he really likes chemistry, and he like went to university to study chemistry because he was like really interested in the chemistry of all the different fuels. So he knows like how to like combine different things and like measure it out. So if something's going to explode, he's going to realize that it'll explode beforehand and run away and get other people to safety. So he knows how to handle himself in like a kind of chemically environment, and he's just using chemicals in this cake because he doesn't know what ingredients are.
Yeah, sure. All right, you make some art. What you get one of the qualities. So would you like it to be unignorable, exactly as intended, or frugal?
It is unignorable.
I think there's a really, really easy answer here. So you mix it up. You make something that looks like it could be cake. You put it in the oven. You sort of step away from the oven a bit, and then the oven explodes.
Yeah.
But like Dante is just looking on, assuming this is like performance art. Like, yeah, explosions. Dante's having a grand old time. So your art sort of almost became performance art, and it was definitely unignorable because now all of the crew in the bake-off tent are retrieving their fire extinguishers and getting ready to deal with this explosion. And it's not particularly frugal because the cost is the oven that you just spent the life of. But yeah, you've made some art, I guess. Dante looks at you like, I'm sad that there was no cake, but also That was a cool explosion. He fist bumps you.
Bill will play it cool. Like, yeah, totally meant to do that.
Do you want to roll for that?
Let's do it.
We're just going to add more rolls on. So a play it cool roll, please, and thank you.
Cool is
Cool.
-1. That's a 5.
We'll see. It's just your expertise is present unquestioned. A question is asked. Yeah, there are many questions being asked by Dante. For example, what? No, I don't believe you. You were making a cake. You didn't intend to do this.
Yeah, but the result was good anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah, but you just lied to me.
I just wanted to impress you, and I wanted to cover my mistakes. I do a lot of mistakes.
Oh no, I didn't record the romantic music. Shit. Oh, hang on, let me check. Oh, I've got dating tense. That'll do. Play, not V. Dante looks at you, confused, like unsure what to think. You've still lied to him, even if you were doing it for his betterment, but it was still a blatant lie. How could what? I thought we were friends, Bill. I thought we were friends.
I'm new to this stuff. You also lied to all of us at the beginning when you said you didn't sew.
Yes, but that was part of the game. That was the intention. It was a fair environment where we all agreed that we would say one lie. But this is more than that. This is about love. It's about love, Bill.
Love? You want? Well, I'm an android. I'm not good at love.
At that point, your ROM with Dante goes down by 1, and he leaves the Bake Off 10.
No,
Oh.
that's not good.
And with that, we will move on to the team in the cinema. So explain what's happening.
On the way down there, because of Octavia's lived experience, one of the things she asks is what Evie's boundaries are on physical affection, stuff like hugs and so on.
Mm-hmm.
I think Evie kind of like freezes up a little bit. Is like, I would have to face this. Didn't really think about physical contact. Sort of goes and concludes like, I've seen TV shows where people go to a theatre on a date and they do like the yawn thing and then they put the arm.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I go. I would not mind a little bit if you would like.
Evie's
It
brain
gets
is not
very
responding.
Well, one would not wish to go past the boundaries you hold for yourself. That would be very poor.
Evie is not one to make a first move. Don't think.
Or a second move, or a third move.
I think she would eventually just sort of nod along and go, maybe try the thing. If it's wrong, I will say.
Understood.
Sort of her hands start to get a bit sweaty, and she's like, shit. If I'm going to hold hands, I don't want them to be sweaty. And she's going, do vampires sweat? Do vampires know that this is a thing?
Do I notice that Evie is fretting?
You could do a what's the roll? You could do a
Figure it out?
Figure it out with charm to try and work out a person. Okay, so you get to ask one of the questions on the list.
What approach could help?
That's for me to answer.
I guess it would
right?
be, because I don't know how you feel.
I think taking it slow, maybe waiting until the show has started. Maybe just a little handhold.
I think something Octavia would do in the moment is, in her purse, take out a handkerchief and present it to Evie.
Oh, that's really nice. I think she would go, "Oh shit, I've been noticed," but then afterwards be like, "Made me feel at ease."
Oh shit. And there's one thing I do also want to happen.
Okay.
Probably after we've watched the films.
Okay, so we'll just say the film happens. You've had a lovely time watching whatever. Was it Twilight?
Doing a
and
double
Macbeth?
feature?
Yeah. Okay.
Macbeth and Twilight.
Cool. The like
Perfect.
two works of art.
We
One
share
of them
some
is a bit more
popcorn.
questionable. Oh, go on.
Yeah.
Do you eat popcorn?
One is somewhat partial to it. We didn't. In my day, we didn't have much corn.
See, there's a lot more corn now.
Is that a flirt roll?
From who?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh.
sure.
There's a lot
I
more
think-
corn now. Flirt roll.
I think that's the flirt
that
of,
has to
of
be
any
the
of
flirt.
it.
It's
Is
perfect.
that a clever?
Sure.
Yeah, why not? Oh my god!
Yeah.
Again!
You don't know.
Your
That's
ROMs
not
both
11.
It's not perfect,
not-
but
No, it's not just an 11.
oh god!
Gosh, because it's a +2
types.
from earlier.
Oh no! Okay.
It's a 15!
Oh my god. Okay, look, you get the ROM. It was really effective. Stop being sappy.
We've crossed into 4, which
Oh
means
god.
romance is happening, baby.
Oh god.
The thing I think I wanted to do,
Yeah, sure.
after the film has happened, I'd look at Evie, sort of nervously, and just ask, Duff, you think I'm pretty?
I think Evie probably blushes instantaneously.
Oneself is pretty.
Question, you still haven't taken off your mask, have you?
I haven't. I'm happy, but you notice that.
It's just, just to make sure. I think she sort of blushes, nods a little bit, tries to say words, fails to say words. You can understand that she's trying to say yes without actually saying the word yes.
Okay, and then I think Octavia brings her hands up just to hers and removes her mask. And you see along the sides of her cheeks and up, there are the long cuts, 2 vertical from the sides of her mouth, 2 horizontal sides of her mouth, and 4 very symmetrically along her cheeks, vertically. Initially, they just look like cuts, but when she goes to speak, as her mouth opens, they look far more visibly part of her, and part of the way her jaw works. And she just asks, like, gives it a minute, doesn't look you in the eye. Do you still think I'm pretty?
And I'm gonna leave that as a cliffhanger, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
I think that's an answer for next week's. I think that's an answer for next time. So what we're going to do is we still have to talk about Topaz. So we'll talk about Topaz, and then we will conclude this episode, and then do the next time on Monsters on a Cruise Ship, etc., etc. That sound good?
Yes.
All right, brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, in which case, Topaz, you're in a room with lots of gold. It's the gold room has a very it's got a very apt name because shockingly it's full of gold. You might be surprised to hear this. Lots of different kinds
I
of
didn't
gold.
realize.
I'm just zooming
I'm in
out
the
to
wrong place,
remind.
obviously. I'm gonna head out.
Oh, the description's not very helpful. I was gonna see if the description on the map had something much more useful, but it just says contains a lot of gold.
Yeah.
Gold, jewelry, coins, all that jazz. Just it's there. You find it. It's great. What are you looking for in this, I guess?
Well, she's looking for like some. She's essentially looking for a pretty rock that she can like pick up and fiddle with, and like maybe use it to like collect her thoughts on how the day has gone so far. Uh,
I'm gonna give you the pretty rock for free. Like you get the rock.
Yeah.
It rocks. Haha! I did it.
Yeah.
I did
Hey.
it. I did the joke. I'm so proud of myself.
It's gonna rock your world.
Gonna rock your world. And at that point, like quietly behind you enters Goblin, who's vibrating at a slightly lower frequency than usual, but is just like, "Hey, I wanted to see gold. There's gold here. Can we set it on fire?
Hey.
Can we set it on fire?"
We set it on fire.
Yeah.
I mean, we could certainly try setting it on fire.
Like I don't know how flammable this is, but I think I think I overreacted before, and I'm not very good at talking about this, but it doesn't matter if they find us setting this on fire. I don't care. It's about the message that it sends rather than the stealthiness. I've managed to avoid enough arson convictions for a long time. Let's try arson together, which is bizarrely romantic, but also what?
Yeah, that's a lovely. Do you have a flint and steel?
I have petrol.
That will do.
At this point, like one of the oh, I know how to do this. This is just I'm gonna I can't remember what the next name of the goblin is because I want to kill off a goblin. Where's my list of names?
You better not.
The next goblin is called the OG.
How flammable is the OG?
Yes. I'm just writing down the rest of the names while I've got them up. Thanks, Ares. Yeah. For reference, these are the names of hedgehogs on a stream that Ares watches.
Oh.
But now they're goblins, and they're gonna have a bit of a time.
She was the name of my first pet.
Aww.
Well, I would say it hurt a little bit extra to see him go, but.
Right, here we go. So, it turns out, being a goblin doesn't mean you're very good. It means you're not that good at making fire. But luckily, the ability Trinkets of Your Passion means that by sacrificing the life of a goblin can deal with their weaknesses, and one of the weaknesses is setting things on fire with flint and steel. So Goblin manages to, just out of thin air, produce a flint and steel. It must have been in like the pocket of the big trench coat that the tower was wearing, and you douse it with some flames, and the flint and steel, I assume you just like use the flint and steel to make a small light and then leave.
It takes Topaz like a few tries to like get the to like get it going, like how like she's obviously like not quite very practiced, but like petrol's very easy to set a light, so imagine like eventually some sparks catch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's perfect. That makes perfect sense. And at this point, you leave. Unfortunately, the OG Goblin number 2 in the stack gets the message a little too late and is now on fire.
No!
I imagine But Topaz actually leaves with like to pocket some pretty rocks.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get some pretty rocks.
Yeah.
And the OG is now no longer with us. The OG is gone. But you made a great fire, and you can see the light in Goblin's eyes, and the light in your eyes. Like, how do you feel about this fire, Topaz?
So, I mean, fire's all right. Like, Topaz has a distinct triangle of things in her mind that she has opinions on.
McDonald's.
like-
No, sorry, keep going.
And like fire isn't really like a part of that, but like I mean she it's like she likes lava. Lava's cool, and lava's kind of like fire.
Yeah.
And she
Fire
likes
destroys paper.
flint and steel. Like flint and steel is like quite a cool way to like start fires. Like that's something. And yeah, I mean she probably has other opinions on the fact that she might have just murdered a goblin, but she's probably oblivious of that fact.
Amazing. You have a nice experience with one another, and is that Ron worthy? I'm gonna say no because you didn't actually.
Okay,
You
cool.
just set fire to stuff, and I don't
That's-
think you made
that's
a
fair,
roll
that's
at all
fair.
in that process. So it would feel unfair to just sort of drop a rom from the sky at you. But Goblin's like has gone from being angry at you
Yeah.
to being like, yeah, I could make fire with Topaz. I could do that.
I mean, yeah, and then it's like, hey, like, I mean, lava's pretty hot. Like, lava can set fire to a lot of things. Like, it can be like 1,000 and 1,250 degrees. Like that's pretty hot.
That's a big number.
Yeah.
Goblin's just like Goblin doesn't really have that much of a grasp of mathematics, but 4 numbers together, it's big, large. Sure, one of those numbers is
Yeah,
0, but like, shush.
I mean, could Topaz make this into a flat roll?
Do you really
if-
want to play that game? Because you might fail and then you'll ruin a really nice moment.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I think it goes quite badly if you miss this flirt roll, so I would recommend maybe not. But it's fine. You're friends again. It's good.
Yeah.
And with that,
Okay.
we are.
We've had an explosive bombshell, a flaming bombshell, and an emotional bombshell.
Hey.
That's exactly what Freya says as she does a piece to camera. Like, so there's screens all around the cruise ship, so you're aware of sort of the goings on camera and what exactly is being shown if like it's not apparently clear. So all the screens light up with Freya's face doing a piece to camera, same sort of outfit as before, lovely suit jacket and sharp shoes and that sort of thing, holding a bag. But we'll get to that later.
Oh
So,
no.
we've had many bombshells
Good.
today here on Monsters of the Cruise Ship, but I hope that you will join me for next episode where we will actually bring in the audience, we'll bring in the band, we'll bring in all of the excitement that comes from a live episode of Monsters on a Cruise Ship. Next time on Monsters on a Cruise Ship, what will happen with a little some questions from 2 of our contestants. Will Topaz set fire to more of my cruise ship? Will Bill destroy more of the ovens in my cruise ship? And most importantly, they'll get to face their first challenge with an additional friend. And at that point, the bag that she's holding lets out a single honk.
No! No!
Yes.
As
Yes!
Freya quietly attempts to stifle the bag and goes, okay, cut the camera. Okay, look, just go and deal with the fire. Go cut the camera. I'm going to deal with this. Next time on Monsters on a Cruise Ship. See you there, folks. Camera cuts. Credits roll. That's the end of the episode.
Onk.
Oh.
I loved that.
Oh, God. There's so much drama. That's episode 1.
God, yeah.
There's another 4 episodes to go. We're still streaming, by the way, just in case you...
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's-
Get to the end of episode 5, me and Octavia have like gotten married on on stream in like episode 3.
I feel like something will get in your way. I'm sure something will get in your way. Oh, and the credits music is gonna be "Take on Me" by Aha when I find it. There it is. Because Aries specifically asked me to cover this, and it came out interestingly.
We're correct.
Right. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to everyone for playing. God.
Thank you, Finbar, for running it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was absolute chaos. I'm genuinely sweating, and that's not too much information, I hope, because it's a lot to keep track of and a lot to run, and it's an interesting session just because this first one was obviously focused directly on the ballroom. But don't worry, in tomorrow's challenge, you will definitely get to face the rest of the cruise ship for reasons. But yeah, thank you again for watching. The next episode, I believe, is on the 13th of August. Friday the 13th. Spooky. I'm just going to scroll and check this, because I should know this. Yeah, Friday 13th of August. It could theoretically be earlier now due to reasons, but I think probably just keep with the schedule we've got. Gives me 2 weeks to like record some more music and work out what I'm doing with all this. And on that high note from the kazoo, I think I will stop streaming. Thank you, everyone. Hopefully see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.